Good morning! I hope everyone is having a good morning. Welcome on in. Let me just wiggle my keyboard out of the way. There we go. Hello! I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome on in. Oh god, wait. Oh dear. You can't see it. I can see the problem. There we go. That's better. Oh dear. I don't like having my VTube studio up when I'm streaming because otherwise you have double the face cam and it's a little bit distracting. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope everyone had a lovely Monday. We were meant to have some work done on our house, but unfortunately it seems like maybe one of the builders caught something and now all of the builders have caught something, so they couldn't come around because like the whole team was sick. It's what it is. They hope they'll come down another day. I posted it and I found out like half an hour later and I was like, whatever. You know what? It's fine. I'm not going to repost anything. I'm having the day off anyway at this point because I was very prepared for people to come over, so I was like, okay, I prepared myself, I'll just take the day off, which I did. It was very nice. We went down a cafe in the morning and it was like a dog-friendly cafe, so there were lots and lots of dogs inside. 10 out of 10, would recommend going to a dog-friendly cafe if you don't have a dog so you can see all the cute dogs. And they also had like a, what do you call it? I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the foam they make for dogs so that they can drink stuff like that. Yeah, they had that. Hell yeah. Very hecking cute. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Today, we're going to be doing some smocking. So last thing on stream we did was some VTuber stuff. I've still got some stuff behind the scenes to do before we bring that back on stream. So we are going to be hopefully doing more VTuber stuff tomorrow. And today is smocking. Yes. That means we can split up the stuff we're doing pretty well. The only other thing was, well, I'm gonna have to find out. Basically, I'm not sure how you set up a mic for doing music on stream, so at some point I'll have to look that up properly so that we can do the guitar stuff that we talked about last time. If you weren't here, basically the long and short of it is that Twitch is really cracking down on DMCA music, but that also includes like cover songs now. Karaoke is a no-go, all that kind of stuff. I think it's okay as long as you delete the VODs, which is like how probably a lot of music streamers are getting by now. But if you don't delete the VODs, you could, you know, I don't know, get strikes. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I've been very lucky. I've never had a copyright strike. Initially, we did actually play copyright music on stream, I want to say for the first like 3 or 4 months of streaming, until we started seeing what was going with the MCA. So then we went to like video game music, so like this is the Slime Rancher OST. I often play like Slime Rancher, Stardew Valley OST, Planet Coaster, Poly Bridge, that kind of vibe. But I thought it'd be kind of like a good thing for me, but also like hopefully kind of fun for people to watch if we tried making some music that we could eventually record and distribute, so that it would be like stream friendly, but similar to kind of Poly Bridge. I'm a classical guitarist, it's what I do. I'm not a vocalist. Before anyone knew, it's like, oh my god, Jelly sing? No, Jelly does not sing. But Jelly does play classical guitar, and I've been playing classical guitar since I was like 6 or 7, very young. No, 7 I think. And I did all the grades, I used to do competitions, I played at concerts, I played at events. So I was, back in the day, a pretty established classical guitarist, but I haven't really had how to put it, the mindset to play in front of people for a really long time. I went, like when I was about, I want to say 21 years old, I started getting like severe stage fright if playing in front, like not specifically of stages, but playing in front of anybody. And since then it's been really hard for me to play classical guitar in front of anyone. So I thought it'd be like hopefully a fun thing that can help me also get over my phobia of playing in front of people. It just seems a shame to have like a skill like polished up to that level and then never use it for other people. So yeah, that's kind of in my long-term plans. But I need to work out how to get my mic set up, and I also kind of need to work out what to do with my VTuber, because I might not be able to use it. I don't know. It would be difficult maybe to use a VTuber doing those streams, because I like to, I'd like to show people what I'm doing on the guitar. It is something that I'm very passionate about, and like I would like people to see what I'm doing with my hands, and like see, if you're trying to imitate it yourself, like so you can play along if you want. Also to see why something.
Most sharks don't commit identity theft.
Whoa, really? I had no idea. I just assumed that all sharks committed identity theft. Good morning, Jason. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about setting up some music streams coming up. But again, I need to do some research, honestly. I don't have a bad mic, to be fair. I like my microphone, but I am not... I struggle with it sometimes. I'm not exactly sure, because there does seem to be like certain things that a lot of musicians do to their audio before they start playing, which makes it sound like, I guess, cleaner and nicer. And I would like to do that so that, you know, you guys get the proper experience of like what it sounds like in my ears, because otherwise the microphone is kind of good, but it doesn't necessarily play things the same way as I hear them. And for music, that's kind of important that it plays it the same way that you could hear it. I will say it got a good small space for it, so it should be pretty good for that. But yeah, we'll see. It makes me a bit nervous, to be honest, still just thinking about it, but like I'm sure once I get into it and like I feel more chill about it, we can have a good time with it. Yeah, and also it'd be nice to be able to, again, polish up a skill that, well, I'd already polished it up pretty high, but like go back to it. And it'd be nice to be able to play in front of my family again. So that would be like the end goal. The end goal would be to have some tracks that I can record and distribute, but also to play for my family at some point. Two very different goals, but yeah, both of those would be good. I don't think anything else has happened that I would really need to talk about. I think everything else is pretty like everything's just chugging along. Like we're slowly but surely getting the next VTuber done. We have still got a lot of smocking to do, to be fair. There's still a lot of that to do. I think we're doing pretty well. We're just, you know, chugging along. I know a couple things are happening. I know Eurovision's coming up. I will say I'm not going to be streaming Eurovision this time. The reason I'm not going to be streaming Eurovision is because at the moment I'm very sicky in the evenings, and Eurovision is for me at like, I think it's 7 p.m. that I would normally start. So it's just not, I can't really do that right now. I might do like a Discord watch along though. So I'll probably announce that properly in the Discord so that can be there. So rather than a streaming event, we can watch along on Discord. That way I don't have to worry about, you know... Also, I'm a demon now, heck. I'm worried about getting sicky. Also, Lost, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for making me a demon. Heck yeah. Now I am a blood jelly. Oh dear. So yeah, Eurovision, rather than it being a stream, I'll be doing a watch along. If any streamers I know are doing like streams for this, I will definitely try and find them and shout them out. Why you want to pet this? Jason sus. Jason very sus. Why you want to pet this, huh? That's gross. That's gross. Why you want to pet the blood? Get that there. So I just noticed my stream setup is a little bit lacking. There you go. Fix that there. I have my chat a little bit bigger. Very nice. Oh dear. Sus. Very sus. Get your hand out of that blood, goddamn Jason. No. Oh dear. By the way, did I say it again? I did, yeah! I have my Uwa eyes back. Heck yeah. I have stupidly big Uwa eyes. Ah. Yay, nice. But yeah, so Eurovision, rather than a stream, will be over on Discord. I'll properly announce that over on the Discord, so if anybody wants to join, they can. I've actually never done a watch-along before, ever, because I don't watch films and I don't really watch television, so there's no reason I would normally do a watch-along. So again, I'll have to make sure that I get all of that right. But yes, it'll be watch-along for Eurovision. I know something, I'll be honest, I'm not very up to date on this, and I probably should be, since I am a needlework person. I like fancy clothing. I know it was the Met Gala yesterday. I see a lot of controversy, but I'm not exactly sure what's happening, to be quite honest. It sort of flew under the radar for me, and then this morning I woke up and realized it happened. So I apologize. I am a little bit out of the loop with that, but I know that it happened, and I'm going to look through some of the outfits. Twitter was showing me some stuff this morning, because it's like if I go on Twitter, it's one of the first things on trending, isn't it? I think. Like, oh no, that isn't. Pedro Pascal is, because that's what I've been seeing. Pedro Pascal's outfit. Heck yeah. It's very cool. Very cool. I don't know what the theme was as the thing. So what was the theme of the Met Gala? No idea. But yeah, I hope it was good. I hope there weren't anything very controversial happening, but I have no idea.
I should really be more up to date on that kind of stuff. I'm like here being a seamstress on the internet. Meanwhile, big event for big outfits happen. Me, no idea. I think it's because it's not cosplay. If it was cosplay, I'd feel differently. Also, hey, welcome to my cup of tea. I've been warming my hands in it this morning. It's not even that cold, but you know you wake up sometimes and you just feel a bit chilly? I woke up this morning feeling cold, so I've just been heating my hands up on this. Yeah, this is... let me get this at the top of the screen again. This is what we're aiming to make. We started this on... it would have been Saturday, I think we started this one? Maybe? Yeah, Saturday I think we started it. So we're going to be keeping going with this one. It's maybe like a third of the way done. Maybe like a little bit more than a third of the way done, to be honest. This one is just a little shorter than that one. There's 4 sizes. This one is like the 3rd size. This is the 4th. So it's just a little bit shorter, like maybe half an inch. Yeah, right. Well, you know what? We can actually just start. You know what? We could just be productive today and actually just start. As much as I like chatting, I don't feel like too much has happened today. And I'm also still waking up. I'm having a morning where I'm just like, I'm kind of here, but I'm also still a little bit asleep, to be honest. There we go. Oh, no, that's not a good needle thread. Sometimes I get it spot on. Like, I have streams where I'll like thread it first time every single time, and then there'll be other streams where I can barely thread it even once. It'll be the same thread and the same needle. I guess it's the mindset's different, must be what it is. Also, you can see the keyboard. That's illegal. You're not allowed to see that. Get that out of there. It's too questionable. Oh, dear. Scott, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in and thank you for the egg smash. We're having a sleepy stream here. We could, but still have 50 minutes of bed time till I have to get ready for the gym. Heck yeah! Get your last 15 minutes of warm bed vibes. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. This is the thing, when it's a bit chilly, it's a lot harder to get out of bed, I think. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I was like, it's cold out there and it's nice and warm and soft in here. I want to stay in here. But then I also really wanted a cup of tea, so there's only so much you can do. Like, I would love to stay in bed, but I also really need a cup of tea. And once I have a cup of tea, I'm normally up and about. Like, I'm not really a drinking a cup of tea in bed kind of person. Like, once I've got my tea, I'm okay, that's it. It's just getting to the first cup of tea. Right, back into this. I kind of want, sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit of a pain. So I kind of want... Ugh. I'm gonna go, wait, this way. Please excuse my pajama bottoms. There we go. What? That's better. I'll just get the camera like a little bit more centralized on where I want to work so that I'm not working off over here. That's better. Oh dear. It's a bit cold this morning, but I do know I set the heat last night. Oh, did you? We've had our heating off now for a couple weeks. I think... I don't know, it depends, because they have been saying there might be like another cold snap. And so if there's another cold snap, then maybe we'll have to turn it back on again. But like, I think we might be now in the season of we don't turn the heaters on for a while. I think we've got there just about. Oh dear. Yeah, yesterday I went out and I wore my summer coat rather than my winter coat. So, oh, it must be getting warmer if I'm wearing a summer coat. Honestly, as well, in the sun it was warm enough that I could have taken the coat off, but you know, we're not in the sun all the time, so I keep that coat on. I'm a cold lady. Although to be fair, I do run, I would say, warmer than a lot of people. Especially like my hands. I do get cold hands, don't get me wrong, but like generally, I'd say maybe it's just like I have good circulation. Maybe that's what it is, because I'd say my hands are not often pretty warm. Yeah. It should be a bit above freezing this morning. Oh, yeah, that is cool. That is very cool. For us, it's like a bit above 10 degrees. So like we're getting close to the teens, which is for me at least. I think my optimum temperature, like the temperature I like going out in the most, is about 15. So we're very close to optimum temperature in my opinion, where it's like I can still wear a coat if I want to, but I also don't have to like wrap up really, really warm. It's like I can kind of do like a middle ground thing. I love it. I'm very happy. Nice, yeah, it's like nearly the best time of the year for weather, in my opinion. Or although I prefer autumn personally, just because I think things get very, very pretty in the autumn. Don't get me wrong, things are pretty in the spring as well. But I think things get really, really pretty in autumn. Although I'm very biased. There's a lot of stuff I like that happens in autumn. It's Halloween, it's my birthday, leading up to Christmas. Yeah, I'm biased towards autumn, but I do like autumn. Go. Ooh. And there's one done already. Would you look at that? See, it's so quick. Well, it's not quick, it's very slow. But it happens in the background. I was actually, yesterday, I guess, what was their name? I was going around, which I do sometimes in the evenings. If nobody that I'm watching at the moment is like live, sometimes I'll go and have like a little look through the makers and crafting section and see if there's anybody doing anything cool, and be like, can I go chill? Because I like chilling in the evenings. Like I said, I don't feel very well in the evenings a lot at the moment, so like it's nice to go chill in someone else's craft stream for a while and just get some soak in the vibes, craft along, stuff like that. And there was someone making a rainbow cardigan, I think, or rainbow vest, maybe it was. It was a rainbow something, and they were crocheting it, and I had like an epiphany of like, why don't I do that? Like, I always wear like cardigans and jumpers like this. Why am I not making them? Like, wait a second, I definitely have the skill set to do this. I struggle still with making plushies. I'm still, that's a hard wool, man. But like, generally, like, I've made scarves, and I can do lace, which I think is pretty hard. I think that's a pretty hard crochet skill. So while my clothes making for crochet would be like pretty beginner, I think I have the base skill set to do it. Why am I not making my own cardigans made of whatever wool that I want? Like, what the heck? Yeah, so I had a bit of an epiphany watching another streamer last night where I was like, oh my god, I could just make this? It sounds really stupid because like I spend all I guess every day making clothing of one kind or another, but I think it gets very easy to forget that if you can sew, knit, crochet, stuff like that you can just make yourself a whole wardrobe. Like, yeah, it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight, but like, yeah, you could make your entire wardrobe if you wanted to. Oh dear. I think even if you're the maker yourself, sometimes, at least for me, I can't speak for anyone else, but I forget that that's something that I can do. I just don't think about it very often. So it's like, when I'm like, I want something in particular, like I want a specific outfit, the first thing that comes to my head is not that I could make it. The first thing that comes to my head is like, well, where can I buy that from? Like, who's gonna do exactly what I need? And it's very weird. Like, of course I could just make it. I make very complicated outfits at this point. Especially, like, I'll be honest, if it's crochet or knitting, I might have to, well, no. If it's knitting, I'm not doing it. If it's crochet, I might have to go a bit more beginner. But if it's sewing, I should be able to make it. I have so many homemade patterns in this house for different items of clothing. And it's not like I don't practice it or something. Like, I'm always doing this. I am gonna set, I think, my sewing machine up on the second desk. So I have another desk behind me. It's actually Shiny's desk, but Shiny's using my other desk, so we've kind of swapped a desk. And I'm thinking of setting up there, so it won't be on camera, but it means that I could do like little bits and bobs off stream, and also just keep my sewing machine running. Sewing machines, I feel like if you leave them for too long, they get more angry than they normally are, and it's like I don't wanna make my sewing machine even more angry, especially when it just got cleaned. I literally cleaned my machine. I had my machine cleaned and then stopped using it. But I guess that's not so bad. It's better to do that, I suppose, than leave it with lots of gunk inside of it. And there was a lot. But, yeah. Ooper. Ah, dear. So, yeah. Plan is to currently, I think, set that up on the other desk, just so I can do some other bits and bobs. I mean, I still need to... there's a few things I still need to make. I say need. Well, no, it is need. It is need. At some point, we are going to do the Jelly is getting married arc, and I do need to quickly make a wedding dress. It's going to be relatively casual. I'm a casual bean, and I'm not looking for like... I wear extravagant outfits all the time, you know? I don't need to wear an extravagant outfit on my wedding day, to be quite honest. I'd rather wear something fun and comfortable. Again... everyone, I wasn't going to make it originally. I was just going to buy something, but to be honest, I don't see the reason to spend a lot of money. Like, don't get me wrong. The wedding dresses are worth money because people spend like literally hundreds of hours making them. Like that's why they cost so much, because all that beading and sequining and stuff like that, all those decorations, all those diamantes, they're put on by hand. So like it is a very intensive process, and they're definitely worth the price, don't get me wrong. But like for me personally, why am I buying a wedding dress, which is not something that I would necessarily want, and spending a lot of money when I have those skills? I've made like 4 wedding dresses. I have the skills to do this. So at some point we will take a quick break from your regular scheduled cosplay content to quickly make me a wedding dress. Although I do have some ideas of what I would like, and it's maybe not a dress. Oh dear. But we'll get there. The other feeling is, if you make it too early, like what if I gain or lose weight? What then? I don't want to have to keep altering my dress. I got the fabric. I really like it. It's a very simple one. I do think I'd like a little bit of lace, but I think I'll have to plan a trip to, well, I don't know if anyone else in the UK knows anywhere, but the only places that I can find on Google are like London, which means I might have to do a quick nip to London to find a lace that I can use, because my fabric is not I don't know how much I should mention, because I don't know how much I want Shiny to know. I'm literally you guys gonna do it on stream, but yeah, I don't know how much I want everyone to know. So I have it, but it's not white. I got married on the back of a caboose of a train museum in the front of a bunch of trains. Oh, it was nice. Aww. That does sound nice. Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing anything particularly, like, for both me and Shiny, it's like, we want to get married, but it's not a priority. Like, everything else is a priority before marriage, you know? Because, like, marriage is very expensive, and well, there are some benefits. It's like, it's at the top of my list. Like, things I'd like to do before getting married were like buy a house or like get a mortgage. I wanted to, you know, with this house particularly needs renovation, so finishing the renovations is really where the money goes. At some point our household needs to get a car, because it is hard to live remotely without a car. A dog, once we have a car, I would like to get a dog. And like all of those things come before getting married, in terms of like what's important for me. Oh dear, but it's on the list, it is on there, I'll do it at some point. Oh dear. Artsy, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. There we go. We're just doing some more smocking today, and we're talking about weddings. Dogs are super great for one's emotional health. Heck yeah. I mean, I love dogs. Like, I love them so much. I love pictures of dogs. I love videos of dogs. I love going to the cafe and seeing all the dogs having their dog snacks at the cafe. Yeah, I love dogs. To be fair, I do love cats as well. Like, I'm not someone who like likes one over the other. I think both are fantastic companions, and I think they're good for like different lifestyles, and sometimes they're both good for the same lifestyle. But for us, I think we will eventually end up having dogs and cats, but initially I think dogs is a little bit more, yes, for our lifestyle. Dear, you're good, thanks. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm very sleepy, to be honest. I woke up and I was like, I could do another few hours, but I've been good and I've got up anyway, even though I'm sleepy. Yeah, we've been talking about like making our own stuff and like, well, you know, buying versus making and all that kind of stuff. Oh dear. Yeah, at some point I need to draft some. Okay, there's a lot that I need to do actually, but I can't say what it is because I don't want to dox myself. But I did find something very. This is stupid because I kind of knew this like years ago, but I thought that there was no fabric shops in the area, which is technically true. There are no fabric shops, but there is fabric for sale nearby, and it's like a end of the line kind of place. And I am so happy. It's not that close, to be fair. It's still not that close, but it's a lot closer than everything else. So I figured at some point I'd go there. It's got really weird opening hours because it's like, you know, it's when they have stock. So it's like you kind of have to check their page and see like, oh, are they open at the moment? Are they not? But I might go there when they have stock next and just bulk buy a few bolts. So that I can use those bolts for my draft fabric, because it doesn't matter if it's patterned, it doesn't matter like what it looks like as long as the weight is okay, but I always need more pattern drafting fabric, so I figured that would be like a good thing to do at some point. If I have the ability to make like I started buying it, I will. Well, yeah, I always feel like I'll do that, but then literally I was watching another streamer crochet themselves a rainbow cardigan, or rainbow vest. I would do a rainbow cardigan, but they were doing a rainbow vest yesterday, and it was like, wait a second, I could make these. Why do I always ask people for stuff like that for birthdays and Christmas, like the one I'm wearing is a gift, probably any others that you've seen have been gifts. I could literally make those, not with knitting, but with crochet, absolutely I could make these. God damn it. Why did I never think of that? You should start one, you'd have a monopoly. I probably wouldn't start a fabric shop, but I would start, I've always said if I won the lottery, I would make a makerspace. That would be what I would do. I wouldn't start a fabric shop, but I would start a makerspace. For example, the hutch thing I built for an upcoming guinea pigs. Oh my god, the micro-human doesn't know yet. She's going to be so hyped. Oh my god. Guinea pigs are such lovely animals as well. They're so lovely. They have so much love. Oh dear. Heck yeah. Good morning, Starry. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're doing a bit more smocking today. I'm having a sleepy day. Today is a day where I just can't quite wake up. But smocking is a really good job for that, because honestly, I've already drawn the grid, so at this point it'll be hard for me to go wrong. So my hands remember what they need to do, and I'll just keep going. Oh dear. Yeah, no, animals are lovely. Having a house full of animals, I'd love to one day. But I want to have enough money to like look after them if anything happened. Because this is the thing, it's like, do we have enough money to have an animal? Of course we do. We do, absolutely do. But like, do we have enough money to pay vet bills potentially every month if they need it, and medications if they need it, and all of that kind of stuff? And it's like, I don't know. I don't think we do yet. And also our house is in a state of disrepair right now, so it's also just not a safe environment for an animal. But like, I want to make sure that we have everything that we could possibly need. Well, you know, as much as I guess you could plan for that we possibly need, so that if anything happened to the animal that we got, the dog or cat or whatever it is, then I can make sure that they get the best treatment possible. They're very excited too. I don't blame you. I'm picking my 2 piggies up from boarding this morning. Oh, I bet they'll be happy to see you. I hope you have a nice time doing that. Sounds nice. Is Sleepy Jello here then? Good morning. It is. I am a very sleepy Jello this morning. Yeah, I think I had a migraine like last night, but it started. It's partially my own fault, to be honest. To be honest, I can't really take any sympathy for this one. It was like 9:30 at night, and I was like, Shiny, you want to play some It Takes Two? And so we played that until like midnight. So already I was going to bed really late, and that was my fault. And then I would say probably about 2 hours after I went to bed was when it started. So I don't know that I went to sleep immediately either, because I was already feeling a bit like, woo. But then yeah, I woke up and I was like, this is on me. This is what I get for playing It Takes Two right before bed and not going to bed on time. But it's okay. It's my own fault, this one. I can live with that. I do feel okay now, to be fair. I just feel a bit sleepy. I wanted to build the hutch because commercially available ones are made to keep guinea pigs in, but I need one to keep the cats out. You know what? Fair. Music, you're picking up quite a lot. As much as I like you, as much as I think you're really great, I need you to take a little bit of a chill pill. Just a teeny tiny bit. There you go. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, that's, you know what, makes a lot of sense. One thing I did go to yesterday was you could go and see I don't think I'll ever get a rabbit, I should say, because we don't really have enough garden space for a rabbit. But we went and looked at the rabbits, and oh my god. Okay, again, not an animal that would suit my lifestyle personally, but I still love them. They are so cute. And like the little ear and nose wiggles, and watching them like hop around, and you can kind of tell they do like the same thing that dogs do when they're excited, where they do like the little hop in a circle and then look at you, and it's like, oh my god, it's so sweet. I love them. Oh, honestly, it fills my soul just seeing the animals, like just going and looking at them and seeing them be happy and running around. I'm like, yeah, I feel happy. This is what I needed to start my day. Because yesterday we assumed we'd need to be out the house anyway for a lot of it, so I was like already planning on where to go. And it was such a nice morning. 10 out of 10. So indoor piggies, unless I supervise in the outdoor
Wait, no
run.
checking on the ducks and stealing a duck. Betrayal.
No.
Backstabbing. Bamboozling.
I don't have the ducks on right now. I actually probably could have them back on. I was having some problems with lag during streams, and turning the ducks off fixed that. But I think I worked out what it was. I think it was, okay, again, it's my own fault and I deserve no sympathy. I keep forgetting to delete my Twitch VODs. So what I do is I download them to upload them to YouTube, but then I forget to delete them after they've uploaded them to YouTube. So I've like completely filled up my disc with like with like hours of VOD footage. So I think that's what it was. It wasn't like anything with the computer. I just keep forgetting to delete stuff. And now that I delete them, I should actually be able to bring them back. I'll try and remember for tomorrow. No, you can have forgiveness. No, I don't think I need it. I don't think I deserve it. That's my own fault. Oh, thank you for the pets, though. I'm pretty sure my cats won't be interested. They never petted the hamster or the fish. The top of the hutch comes off so I can put it outside as a run for them. But yeah, it's other people's cats you're worried about. That's actually very sensible. Also, Ellie, good morning. Thank you for the egg smash. Also, who put their hand in blood? Oh, it's Eoden. Eoden. What are you doing? You can't do this live on Twitch. You have to be careful with this sort of thing. Twitch just gonna be like, oh, you put your hand in blood on this platform? That's against TOS. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Welcome on into Sleepy Streams, Ellie. I hope you're doing good. I am waking up. Oh, dear. You're not made of blood. You're made of strawberry jello. I don't like strawberry jello. I like lime jello. Like lemon and lime jello I like. But I don't know why. Strawberry is the most common flavour you see as well. In fact, I think lemon and lime might be the only flavour of jello that I like. Because I don't really like orange. I don't really like... Yeah, I think that's it. I only like lemon lime jello. Luckily, my family also only really likes lemon and lime jello. So if there is jello in the house, it's almost always lemon and lime. Yeah. You've never tried jello? It's really good if you have a sore throat. If you have a sore throat, if you're struggling with like coughing a lot, Jello's pretty good. It goes down very easy. You like all of them? You're playing modded Fallout? Oh, enjoy yourself. Heck yeah. And yo, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on into a sleepy stream. Oh dear, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting texture. It's not bad. I think some Jello is better than others. Not all Jello was created equally. I think strawberry jello, even though it's like the most popular one, I think it's not for me, even though I like strawberry flavored things. Oh, Anime, thank you for the lurk. Take care of yourself. I hope work goes well. Zzz. Yeah, sleep stream. I'll go as long as I can today, but I think at some point I'll have to end stream and maybe just take a little bit of a nap, because I don't know how much I slept last night, but I don't think it was very much. I definitely don't feel like I've slept. Either that or I'll have a really, really big lunch. One or the other. Because I do find there's probably a science here. I feel like, what do you call it? Having a really big meal can really help you recoup a lot of energy if you're feeling a bit tired, especially after a migraine. It's a little difficult sometimes to eat after migraines, but if you can, I feel like it gives you a lot of energy. Or at least for me, it gives me a lot of energy back. But we'll see how I feel. I might not feel like it. Just the essential mods though, fair. Not like the, Thomas the Tank. Oh, is that an essential mod? Maybe. Yeah, I don't think I slept very much. Nappage is important. It is important. Very heckin' important. Just 100 mods then. A radio station that only plays Weezer songs. Nice. Very nice. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Well, I do have... Okay, I'm a little annoyed. Eoden, can I tell you why I'm annoyed? I didn't take a picture of your character before we added all the detail, so I didn't get like a before and after on your character, like the drawing process, and I'm annoyed at myself. Because I remember the before and after for yours was quite intense, because you already had like a pretty solid design, my outline of it was like really really messy initially, and I've been kicking myself for the last like 24 hours that I didn't get a good before of yours. And it's like I can't even get it from stream because I'd already done the face when we went live. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to make it again. Shoot, too sexy. Yeah, you're right. That's the only way I can get a good before and after. But the reason is because I've got a really good before and after of Morigue's model. So it looks like I've got a really strong like before and after. You didn't say that. I didn't know. I deleted it because otherwise it takes the layer into live 2D, so you have like an extra layer that you don't want to be rigged. So I delete it before taking it across for rigging because yeah, otherwise I don't want to have a layer there that I then have to remove in live 2D. Oh dear. And I'm kicking myself. I could have had such a good before and after. I mean, not that it really matters, I guess. I am... it's just like a vanity thing, really. Of like, it'd be nice to have it, you know? Oh dear. I don't know if others have had the experience. When I was little, I hated it when my parents went for a nap. I had to sit quietly. But now that I'm a parent, all I want to do is nap. I guess because my parents didn't really nap, like my Mama Jelly was always out at work or studying in the day, so she was not there for naps. And then I guess because I have siblings, like I don't know that Papa Jelly could nap, because like one of us would have got into some kind of trouble if they weren't watching. So I don't really remember Papa Jelly ever napping. The only times where people in my family would nap was if they were really not very well. And like there's the same with me. It's like I wouldn't nap as a kid unless I was forced to, because I was like sick or something, and they were like, "Go to bed, get better." But as an adult, yeah, like I nap a lot. But I guess I'm not very well a lot. Oh, okay, sorry. I felt like I was going insane there. I was watching I just caught out the corner of my eye because I had my music on that screen and there was like a particle effect going on. I was like, oh my god, am I losing my vision? Excuse me. Can't you redraw the sketch? No one will know. I won't tell. Maybe I could. Maybe sneakily redraw the sketch for a before and after. The thing is, I can actually get the sketch from the entirety of the body. I just can't get the sketch from the head. Because like when we started stream on your model, I'd only done the face, so like again it meant that the rest of the body was not there, but I could get that. It's just the head I don't get. I could do that, to be fair. You know what? Maybe I will. I'll steal the body from the VOD, and then just quickly pop in the head again. I grew up on a farm, so my dad was out of the house from like 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mum did add up for the farm, so she was home all the time. I imagine it was hard work doing that and dealing with my brother. Yeah, whenever I look back, I'm like, yeah, was I a hard work child? I wasn't a hard work child as well as far as schooling went and stuff. Like I've always like quite enjoyed all that kind of side of things. But was I hard work as far as getting into trouble? Yes. The amount of times we had to go to the doctors or the hospital because I'd done something like stupid and not learned my lesson. I've eaten something again, or I've hit my head on something again, or like something's happened. I don't know if I was accident prone or if I just had no danger awareness. I would just throw myself into things. So yeah, I was hard work because I was very accident prone. You had to watch me like a hawk or I would end up just falling off something. My head isn't exactly a hard one to sketch, so is it? I guess comparatively to the body, it's a little less detailed. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I took this time though. I made sure that I got the clip for Morigue's model. I got it, and then I was like looking back on it, like, damn, I wish I had ear dens as well. That'd be really cool. I just think, listen, I just think it'd make a really good how to put it, like a fun little bing bong, like with art. Maybe at some point I should record. That would be fun. I would like to do some more time-lapsing kind of stuff. I could do the next time we do a model. Maybe I could do a time lapse for it. That might be fun. It depends, although, because the person might not want me to do a time lapse. Or to be fair, the person might not want it on stream. But I guess I could record it off stream and then show it when they've debuted. Maybe. I'm not sure. Depends what they want. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I like showing it on stream because obviously it's a fun thing to chat about, and it's nice to get the input while we're live from the person it's for and stuff like that. But it's definitely not necessary to do it on stream. It's just nice. Ah, dear. Jem go next door and borrow a cup of sugar. But next door is like 3 miles away. Well, you better get going then. Yeah, I remember that being the case for us as well. Like, you know, oh yeah, I did a paper round when I was your age. Yeah, how long was your paper round, huh? All the houses are like at least a 5-minute walk apart, and I have 90 houses on my route. Oi, oi. I couldn't do my whole paper round in one day. I always had to split it into 2 days because otherwise I'd be walking for like 8 hours. Like, not even a joke. And the other thing was that I live like right in the middle of the paper round, which is like a good and a bad thing, I guess. Sorry, I'm just taping down some stuff on the side of my desk. My desk is a bit broken, so like it has like a bit of a rough edge. I'm just taping that down so that I don't catch my wrist on the rough edge. There you go, there we go. Oh yeah, you had to walk a really, really long way. It's like, you might have had a paper round when you were my age, but was this your round? Because, oh my god. I remember once, so like, it would often rain pretty heavily. It rains a lot in the UK, but it gets really, really cold sometimes too. And like, I remember once I was doing my paper round and like, my feet would often get cold, especially because I was like wearing like Wellington boots a lot of the time. I had water freeze on the inside of my boot. And like, so it rained into my boot, and then my feet were so cold, and like the outside of the boot was so cold that it froze inside of my boot. So that when I got home, there was like ice all over my toes. I remember them being like, "Good job," and it's like, oh my god. You know, I didn't like that job as much. The walking was nice, but it's like the only job where I'm like, nah, that's not for me. I had a paper round. I remember 2 things about it. One was that the guy's dog ate his paper every morning and he complained all the time. Second was there was this crow that made weird noises, like, well, those toy guns. See, there was a couple of very good dogs on our route. We were very lucky, very blessed. One in particular, his name was Arthur. He was a very, very, very big golden retriever. And so like, you would be maybe intimidated by him at first, seeing him run up to you, but he was so good. And he didn't want the paper. He wanted to come to the gate and then walk you to the house, and then he would just sit by the front door while you delivered the paper. He was such a good boy. And every single week, unless it was really raining, he would like run up to the gate and walk me to the front door. It was so cute. And like, a lot of these houses are like kind of fancy. So like, you know, the area, they're all far apart, country houses, and so there was like a fair walk up to the gate. It was so nice. It was so nice. He was such a good boy. Oh dear. George, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Oh dear. Oh, there's a Jack Russell who chased you. Okay, yeah, there were no dogs on my route that would chase me, to be fair. All of the dogs were like good people. And I got to know a few people on the route as well, because, you know, it's a small village, like a lot of people know a lot of people, and so like sometimes people would come out and greet me. Around Christmas time, like if I was delivering, because I remember once I was delivering the papers on Christmas Eve, like a lot of people would give me like little treats and monies and stuff, which was really sweet. So like when I was going around, people would be like, oh my god, bless you, doing it on Christmas Eve, here you go, and then they give me like a mince pie, and I felt like Santa. Except Santa for news. Heck yeah, it was really sweet. Very, very sweet. The problem is it's very difficult to eat a mince pie when you're doing a paper round. But I still, listen, I'd always have a bag with me, so I always appreciated it. I had a lot of crumbs in my bag by the end of this, but it was still cute. Oh dear. You hated it? Yeah, I still say that paper round is maybe not the best job. The problem is, for me, like, I did want to earn money, and the only job I think you can work when you're 13 here is a paper round. I think most of the other time, like, you can't legally work anywhere else. So I did the paper round for like 2 years, or nearly 2 years, and then I worked in a curtain maker's for a while, and then I did into proper retail work after that when I was 16. Yeah. Oh dear. Work was a bit of a mood today. Oh no. But I'm otherwise well. I'm sorry to hear that, George. I'm so... Oh dear. I hope the rest of your evening at least goes well. Yes. I had a jet black long haired lizard called Bruno who would take me for a walk. Ah, there was the old lady that can't give him a bowl of water and a biscuit. That's so cute. Oh, yeah, maybe I would have enjoyed the paper round more if a dog could have come along with me, because the best parts of the paper round were easily the dogs and seeing the doggies and like sometimes being able to pet the doggies. Oh dear, I'll never forget Arthur. Arthur was such a good boy. They made my paper round so many times. Maybe that's why, because I really, really love golden retrievers now, and like when I go and think about it, I'm like, why do I love golden retrievers that much? And I think it's because of Arthur. Arthur made me love all of them. He's such a good bean. I have some of my family have had golden retrievers and stuff before, so it's not like I guess I'm completely unfamiliar with them. But like, yeah, that was the one I interacted probably with the most, and they were very sweet. I had some English breakfast and a croissant. A croissant. Heck yeah, because golden retrievers are good beans. They're literally himbos. They're so good. Yeah, like I remember. So my family in America had golden retrievers, and like when we come and visited, one of them was like quite an old dog, so they were like, you know, very well trained and like, you know, very chill, and like they still loved meeting new people, they were still very happy, but they were good. The other one was a baby, like they were like a year old if that, and they were big. And so one of the first things that happened when they went in, they put the dogs to one side to open the door and let us in and stuff. And they were like, all right, I'm gonna bring the dogs out. Just 2 seconds. And like one of them happily trotted in like doot, 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 doot. And then the other one sprinted in at the speed of sound and then immediately bowled over my little sister. Like poof. They were just so happy. They were so big, and my sister was very small, so my sister was like, oh my god, a dog. Oh my god, it was so funny though. Like they were fine, she was right next to a couch, so she just got bowled onto the couch kind of thing. Oh dear, 10 out of 10. Good dogs, a bit excitable. Stupid, kind, and chonky. Yeah, I always think of golden retrievers as like quite a medium to small dog, and then you see one, you're like, oh no, you're a bit bigger than I remember. But I think it's because all of the golden retrievers, except for that one who was only a baby, it wasn't their fault. But I think all the golden retrievers that I've met in general have been very chill and very nice, and like very well trained as well, to be fair. So like, you know, they don't, even though they are larger dogs, they're very chill. They're very chill dogs, so you don't notice. On the farm, we had a black lab called Purdy, an Alsatian called JD, and a mountain dog called Major. Oh my god, I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous of you and your dog experiences. They sound very sweet. Astra, good morning. We're talking about dogs. It's a sleepy morning and we're talking about dogs. I'm having a good time. I love talking about dogs. I will always talk about dogs. Oh dear. When I one day eventually get a dog, you know that the Discord pet channel is just gonna be me spamming how much I love my dog every day. My dog could like drag garbage in from the outside and I'll be like, look at them working hard. Oh my god. I realized I have a Spitz. What? I'm gonna Google it. I don't know, I can't picture a Spitz. But I would like to. I would like to see more pictures of dogs. Let's have a look. What's a Spitz? Oh, there's a lot of difference. Oh, is it the one with the little curly tails? Aw, look at these fluffy beans. Oh my god. Bear Eye's not a dwarf Spitz. Yeah, it looks like they come in different heights and colors. And they're very, very... Shepherd, please do anime. I will always take more. To be fair, if there are cat lovers in chat, I will always take more cat pictures as well. Do not worry. I do not discriminate any pet pictures. I'm very happy with. You got snake pictures. I'd like to see your snake picture. You got toad picture. I want to see your toad picture. I like animal. Rage could do a trick where he would climb a ladder. He'd go up against the. Oh, but he couldn't come back down. And we went shopping one time. My dad left to let it. Oh no. Oh, what a sweet bean. Oh, I have my sellers like Weezer. I bet they do. I've just got a whole tab of dogs open now and I'm like, aw, look at all these good beans. Oh, go. Wait, where is it? Pets and animals. I'll keep this open so I can be ready. Not a tiny Spitz, like a knee-high Spitz. Yeah, the curly tail, either a German or a Finnish tail. Ooh! I don't feel like I've seen a lot of, like, I'm like in person. I've seen them online a few times, but I don't feel like I've seen a lot of them in person.
They look very smiley though. They look like little happy doggos. Oh my god, anime! Oh, you have a dog blanket. A blanket of dog. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. They look so happy though. That's such a happy papa. Oh. Yeah, one day, when we one day have a dog, I will just be spamming dog pictures. You're like, Jelly, get out of the Discord, stop spamming your dog pictures. I can't. I have to spam them. He plopped on me like, oh, give me love. Cute, so cute. My mom stood in the bucket on our tractor and my dad lifted her up to the roof to get the dog down. Aw, he was just trying to show off his tricks. It's just a shame that he can't get back down. To be fair though, I you know what? I can relate to that because I think when you're climbing something, it's a lot easier to go up than it is to go down. Like climbing a tree, it's much easier to climb up than it is to like maneuver back down. So you know what? I get that. That's a real vibe there. Very understandable. Very relatable vibe. Oh, I agree. Yeah. German medium spitz, aka middle spitz is what I'm looking for. Cute, but not that tiny that you could like accidentally, heck and step on. Yeah, that's very, very fair. We're the same. You know, I would hope that I would never faint on my dog. I would very much hope so. But on the off chance that I do go down near the dog, I would rather the dog be a little bit more sturdy. I have very, very violent faints, so I have like big muscle spasms. Which means that it genuinely looks more like I'm having a seizure than I'm fainting. And I wouldn't want to accidentally hit the dog, you know? Because like obviously I'm not in control of my body, so we would always get like a medium to large dog probably. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, so big. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Maybe a service type dog? We wouldn't get a service dog. And the reason is that I am actually hoping to get better. And my thing would be is there's a long waiting list for service dogs in the UK. So like I wouldn't want to take a service dog from somebody and then get better because like that's, you know, there are many people who need a service dog who will not get better, whereas my hope is that I will. You know, and it's been a few years, but I'm still it's been a few years. It's been like 8 years at this point, but I'm still 7 years. But I'm still hoping that I'll get better. But yeah, I think even if I do completely recover, which I hope, I think I'll still be quite a fainty lady because I was fainty before this. This has just made me a lot more fainty. And so hopefully, yeah, get a slightly larger dog just in case. It's like a small thing, but the fact that it's like a possibility is like I wouldn't want to get a small dog just in case for that. Yeah, it would make me nervous. Why do I faint? So as a teenager, I had low blood pressure, which I think is relatively common, unfortunately, in teenage girls. Even if I ate a lot, I would still have low blood pressure. So I would go down quite easily. Especially, it was often like before dinner, before lunch. So like even if I was eating consistently throughout the day, like I would often faint like 11 in the morning or like 5 in the evening, like an hour or two before like dinner was finished is when I would faint. Now I have it as a side effect of my migraines, unfortunately, which just means, but it's a bit different than it used to be. It tends to be, it can be around eating, but it tends to be more like if I've had a migraine recently, I'll go down. Yeah. But it's not bad. It's just every now and again. It's definitely better than it was because it was so frustrating because literally the majority of times where I fainted is when I'm cooking. Like I will faint in the middle of cooking because like it will be before that I've eaten. So like it'll either be first thing in the morning or like while I'm making my meal. If I don't get there quick enough was what was happening. Oh god. So I could be preparing vegetables and that's when I'd go kind of thing. But again, that's actually relatively common. It obviously, if you're fainting and that's new for you, you should go to the doctors and get yourself checked out. But like, unfortunately, you know, a lot of younger women will faint randomly. It's great, love it. Good morning. I have Leon burgers. You should have one of those. You should have one of those at time. They won't even notice you. They just lay on top of you. They're just like, whatever. Stop doing this, human. We're done with this. Oi oi. That would be another vibe. That sucks. It's fine. It's manageable as long as you're careful. Yeah.
and like we're very good at managing it these days. Like Shiny's very, very good. You know, we're chill. We got it. It's scary the first few times it happens, and obviously you always want to be prepared if you are someone who has fainting attacks to make sure that you are safe, because hitting your head is no joke. But yeah, no. Once you know that it happens, you can kind of prepare for it and get ready, and like as long as people in your life are aware of it, it's like, yeah, it's not too bad. Especially for me, like normally it's first thing in the morning for me, so it's like I wake up, the amount of times I've woken up, gone downstairs, gone to make a cup of tea, and and there I go. Oh dear. Eating enough and all that kind of stuff helps. Demorikia, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. We're just talking about, because for your model in particular, I got a really good before and after picture, whereas I didn't manage to get one of Eoden's, so we were talking about earlier going back and seeing about redrawing Eoden's like basic frame so that I can get a good before and after. It's kind of cheating, but you know, nobody has to know except for everyone in the stream. Nobody else has to know. Head injury suck. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be very careful. Oh dear. Oh dear. To be fair, I think I fainted twice in the last month, so it's not that bad really. Obviously it's more than I would like, but any fainting is more than you'd like. I think it's been twice. I fainted yeah, it's just like I was mowing the lawn and I had to stop because I fainted. It's stuff like that. Listen, it doesn't take very much, unfortunately. What I will say was it was sunny and I was outside and I sat down beforehand and everything was okay. Yeah, stuff like that. Silly stuff. Good way of getting out of chores though. Oh no, I can't mow the lawn. Oh ho, I have fainted. Oh, let me just... sorry, someone else is gonna have to do this. Oh dear. Oh, it's a little dog breed, and it's a little baby. Oh my god, a small bean. Oh dear, you love all jellies. I love jellies too. I think jellyfish. Pog. Oh, honk. Me. Honk. Me. I thought it said pog. I was like, why are you coming into my stream with pogs, Shifty? Shifty, thank you so much for the heckin' 32 months. That's very heckin' kind of you. I hope you're doing well this morning. We're talking about dogs. We're talking about dogs and cats, big dogs, small dogs, all dogs. Do you have to collect piggies? Guinea pigs? We're talking about guinea pigs. Enjoy. I hope your piggies are happy to see you and you have a lovely reunion. Yes. Yeah, I love jellyfish. I wouldn't have jellyfish as a pet, but I do love them. I think they're very, very pretty. Oh dear, heck, you have one of those. You do. Oh my god. Yeah, we've been talking about doggos, talking about different breeds of doggos, all that. Such a lovely dog. Just look them up on Wikipedia. I'm sure they are. Unfortunately, I am a little preoccupied. On my second screen right now, I actually still have the picture of Anime playing with their dog. People are posting animals. I have to keep the Discord open. It's very important. Very important dog research that I keep the Discord open so that I can see everyone's dogs, you know? Oh dear. I had to actually do stuff. Catch you next time. Oh, you're fine, Artie. Take care. Thank you so much for popping by. But yeah, no, you're fine. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that it goes really well for you. Oh dear. My day is already going better for thinking about dogs. Oh dear. Yeah, whenever it is one day that we get one, it will just be spam in the Discord 24/7. Like my dog looked at me and I took a picture. My dog barked and I took a picture.
I'm bisexual.
Unpredictable, good morning. I hope you're doing well. It's slightly different to the previous gay because I had to redo all of my layers. Because I did a little bit of extra rigging on it, so I just made my hair swish more. Because I made my hair swish more, I had to add all of the colors back in again. But I kind of like it. I don't know. It's still the colors of bisexual flag. It's like the pinky purple and blue, but like it's a kind of subtle. I like it. I like making coordinate. Thank you. I need someone to help me coordinate because dressing myself only goes so far. Yeah, how to distract jelly? Honestly, true. My dog went to the woods yesterday and I still need to watch them. Oh my god. Oh my god. I bet they love that. So much to smell and look at. Oh. one of my family's dogs went on a boat recently, and we were all like a tiny bit concerned because it was like in the middle of the ocean, right? We were a little concerned they were going to jump off the boat. It was only a little one. It was like a little dinghy going out into the ocean, but they loved it. The thing is, they were too short for the sides of the boat, so they had to be carried the whole time so that they could see over the edge, because if they couldn't see over the edge, they'd start crying. So so like there's just so many wonderful pictures of my family holding this dog so that they can look in the water like water. It's so cute. It's so sweet. Oh my god, it fills my heart with joy. Every time I see them, I'm like, oh my god, that is such... If you are not printing out all of these photos and hanging them on your walls, this is so cute. Oh dear. Very sweet bean. Very sweet bean. Oh dear. Yeah, every time I see pictures of dogs, it just reminds me that one day I can be the person posting pictures of dog. I will say you probably won't see them on stream very often, just because until they're pretty damn well trained, I don't want to have them in the streaming room. There's a lot of pretty dangerous equipment in here for a puppy, and it's not worth the risk that they like grab fabric and drag a machine off the table. So, excuse me, sorry. But if we do get a dog, you won't probably see them on stream for a while, just to make sure they're safe. But I will make sure to update everyone on their daily activities in the Discord, so that you know you don't have to feel like you're missing out on them. And I'm sure I will introduce them on stream at some point. I mean, I have a top-down camera. I could probably just put a dog there. Be like, here they are, dog. But yeah, for the most part, they won't be allowed in the stream room, because if they're even a little bit unsupervised, like, it would be very dangerous. We have so much equipment that would be very, very heavy and very dangerous. And unfortunately, a lot of them do have like cords and everything, so it wouldn't be difficult to drag them off the desk. Yeah. That's the problem with my stream room in particular. Like, a lot of streamers can keep dogs, like dogs can come in and out of their stream rooms whenever they want, but my one in particular, it's not really a very good option until they're a bit older. Once they're a bit older, I'm sure that will change. It's just when they're a baby, when they're still training. No. Ah, dear. Doggo cam! Even just thread. I am trying to become a better person with threads, right? At some point, you know, people make like little bundles of thread and use it as stuffing. I'm gonna become one of those people, I think. Because you can't recycle thread here, even though you can buy recycled thread, but you can't recycle thread here. So I'm thinking I might just start making little bundles of it, because I trim so much thread. Maybe we start today. You know what? No time like the present. Let's start making a thread bundle. Shiny's gonna hate it. But yeah, like when I get to the end of my thread each time, it's just a teeny tiny bit, but I can't use it anymore. We'll start making stuffing. Oh. Yeah. Doggo cam? Eventually, maybe. Eventually. Need a little container with a lid? Oh, I should have lots of those. Where have I put them? They actually, because I re-container all of my beads and stuff. 2 seconds. I might actually have some of those to one side. I have to zoom though. I have to look over the other side of the room. Oh, these are the lids. Where are the main parts? Where have I put the not lids? Are they in there? That would be kind of annoying if they're in there. Can I put them in here, maybe? Where did I put the other side? Oh, here they are. Why have I separated the lids from the bodies? That doesn't seem like a very smart idea. Past Jelly. I don't know why you decided to do that. There you go. There you go. A little container with a lid. Ah, there. And we're back. There you go. Yeah, I have a lot of them. I think they're meant to be sauce containers, but I use them for putting like beads and sequins in so everything's separated, so that I can quickly grab what I need. If they don't come in like ready-made containers, that is. Excuse me. I have them with foam I use for my dragon tail, a bunch left over so I could use it for filling later. Yeah. You know what? I am gonna just start doing this now. Because otherwise I use so much, and especially with hand stitching as well, because obviously you're trimming your thread quite a bit. Although actually, do you waste more thread with hand stitching or machine stitching? Because machine stitching often has quite a long tail on both sides. But I guess you can get more done without rethreading it. I don't know. Maybe it's about equal actually. I was gonna say, like, I'm sure hand stitching creates more waste, but maybe it doesn't. I'd say that sewing machine creates more waste quicker. But overall, does it create more? I don't know. An experiment for another day. Not for today. Not for today. For another day. Oh dear. There we go. Unless you have an industrial sewing machine that can cut the thread for you. Yeah, no, I unfortunately do not. It has like the little trimmer at the side, but you have to run the thread through it manually. That being said, oh, actually, no, that's not true. My embroidery machine cuts the thread for me, but my sewing machine does not. So if I want to have the thread cut for me, I can use the embroidery machine, which also has a sewing machine feature, but my sewing machine does not. Sewing machine efficiency, like when you do chain stitching for quilting, you don't waste as much. Ah, I see. Okay. It's not quite so black and white as like one does more than the other. Oh, this will be good as well, because I'm sure I'll find lots of threads on myself and then I'll have somewhere to put them. That isn't just like another blanket. Okay. Nice. By the way, in the back, I know we've been talking about dogs a lot, but in the background, we are actually getting there. We're doing good work. Like, thank you for the like, Shifty. I appreciate it. We're having a very chill morning this morning, because my brain is just refusing to wake up today. I think we all have those days where the brain is just absent. Today, I'm having a brain absent day. It's gone. It's on holiday for now. Hopefully, it comes back later. But we'll see. We'll see. And then tomorrow we're gonna do some VTuber stuff. And then maybe by then I will have properly sorted out like the audio stuff so that we can do a music stream, but we'll see. I don't wanna schedule that one in too early, because like I know that I am very bad at all of that sort of stuff. Also, your scissors are giving you a unicorn. Oh yeah. Cool. Wait, I want to keep that then. Thanks, Shifty. I needed to see that. Now that I've seen it, I refuse to unsee it. I want to have a unicorn horn. I'm measuring pillowcases to cut out for patterns for the... Ooh, fitted sheet I've seen ripped. Nice. Very nice. No problem. Thank you. I am a unicorn. I am a unicorn. It's just I keep that very... That part of my lore is very secret. You know, can't tell everybody that yet. That's like deep lore. I love VTuber lore. It's very silly, but it's very fun. Yeah, maybe one day I'll make a proper lore video. Just for shits and giggles, really. Because obviously at the end of the day, I am Jelly, a seamstress, but like, I don't know, it might be fun. It might be a fun thing to do. It also pushed me with my animation stuff, if I wanted to do that, and my drawing. I think that's probably why I'm hesitant to do it, to be fair, because I'm nervous about that kind of thing. I'm not very good at it, so I get nervous. Although, to be fair, I can actually do a lot of it in Live 2D. A lot of people do that. They have like, I've been thinking that would be something that I'd enjoy to do for a while. So you know how like you can make animations in Live 2D, like to add to your Live 2D characters? You can also just make animations that aren't a Live 2D character. Like a VTuber model, you can just do the animation part, and it's like, I've been doing all of the rigging and stuff, but I could maybe do that. I mean, technically, it's one of those things where you look at it, it's like, I have all the skills to do it, I just need to apply them slightly differently. I'm tempted to give it a go. This is the year for learning new skills, after all. I'm tempted to give it a go, because then I could have, I guess, like a little animated starting soon screen that's like with the model. Oh dear. Or with the models. Maybe with the biblically accurate Jelly as well. Dear me. Ooh. Oh, can I gush a little bit really quickly? about another streamer that I think is very smart and very cool. Can you guys give me 5 minutes to gush? So they're a cosplayer. Their name is Mirror Scarlet Cosplay, and they are such a sweet bean for starters. Like, I've lurked in their stream a few times at this point, like quite a few times at this point, but I've chatted in their stream a couple times. So I have moved away from lurking a little bit, so I've actually chatted, and they have such a cool VTuber model. It's so smart. So they do a lot of sewing and cosplay and all that kind of stuff as well. But they also do gaming. But their VTuber model is like a mannequin. It's like, you know, like one of those like Victorian like metalwork mannequins. They have like a really, really beautiful like metal mannequin model. I don't know how you describe it, but like the top half is like them, and then but when you go below the waist, it's like the mannequin base. It's so cool. Oh my god! Every time I see the design, I like gut, because obviously I see them post about going live on Twitter, even if it's a bit late. Quite often, unfortunately, I can't watch their streams because they're a bit late for me. But like, I see them doing their go live posts. I'm like, oh man, that's such a cool idea. You know when someone just has like a really smart idea, and you're like, damn, how did they even think of that? It's really, really cool. So like their avatar, obviously they use their face as well and stuff like that. They're kind of in many ways similar to what I'm doing, where it's like a mixture of real person and VTuber. But it's so cool. Oh no, man. Very smart. Gushing over, but like, heck. I should probably shout them out, but I'm worried I'll misspell their name. If you let me Google it, put it into Twitch first to make sure that I spell everything correctly, I can shout them out. I'm learning though, if I do a proper shout out, they'll realise I've been talking about them though, so I'm not going to do a proper shout out because I'm shy and I don't want people to realise I'm talking about them, even if it's in a good way. How do I spell their name? There they are. Their model is just so cool. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay, yeah, I would have done it wrong because I would have called them Mirror Scarlet Cosplay, whereas their name on Twitch is just Mirror Scarlet. There you go. There you go. I would have got it wrong. So it's good that I checked. But we can't do a full... Oh, wait. Oh, it's an SO like that. There you go. There you go. Yeah, they do a mixture of gaming and cosplay, but they have such a cool avatar. I just think it's neat, you know? I think it's really cool. Ah, dear. There you go. Pop back in there. Pop back to there. Everything back to where it was. Make sure my music is still playing and everything. Bring back the dog pictures. Oh dear. I don't know, I think it's really, really cool. I mean, like the lucky thing about being more into VTubers at this point and like making VTubers for people and doing the art and the rigging and stuff is you get to see people's really cool ideas for it. Because like most of people's ideas for VTubers are not ones that I would have ever thought of, but they're very cool. It's not that they're bad, but like obviously my brain goes down a specific route because like the VTubers I would make for myself are like, you know, jellyfish or slime inspired, under the sea-esque, you know, because that's the things that I like. That's the vibe. But it's cool seeing other people's because they're so different from what I would do. I don't know, a lot of times you see an idea and you're like, damn, I wish I'd had that idea first. That's smart. That's a heckin' smart idea. But no, that being said, I am very happy with my slime lady, dear, and my little jellyfish and all of that. I can't wait to have a cool looking VTuber. Heck yeah! Ah, dear. Out of interest, anime, how would you use it in the same sort of way as me? So instead of using your face, you know, you have like, instead of having a face cam, you have the VTuber and then you still show your hands and everything? Would you go completely like that, or would you maybe just like do more like Mirror Scarlet does, where like they have their face on show at the same time as the VTuber, so the VTuber's like just an added fun thing? How would you do it? I'm just curious. There's not really a right or wrong answer, I don't think. It's like a personal taste thing. I am still going to be doing some face streams, especially if we're doing more musical streams. Likelihood is I will show face, but it's not like I'm going to completely stop doing face streams. I'm just quite enjoying doing the VTuber streams at the moment. It's a little easier. I do them when I play games because I don't want to... You know what? Actually, very valid. Very fair. What games are you thinking to play? There's a few games I would like to play. I'm nervous. You know when you like commit to a longer game? I'm nervous about committing. I still really want to play Bloodborne, to be fair. That is still very high up on my list. It's just, I need the stuff. Grobit, good morning. I hope you're doing well. OG Bob. God damn it. Welcome on in, Grobit. You come in, you call me filth. You know what? I need that. I need that to wake up sometimes. Genshin and all my horror games you have on your list on Steam. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, because you could also, because you'll well, obviously it's getting pretty close to finished at some point, but you could eventually do like, yeah, playing Genshin while dressed as a Genshin character kind of thing, which is a very, although actually, no, you're gonna be using a VTuber. What am I saying? Ignore me. that if you're using a VTuber model that's what do you call it? Not it's different. Oh dear. Please excuse me, my brain is very sleepy this morning. Oh, there we go. And that's another row done. We're getting there. I think we're probably about halfway, if I had to guess. Maybe like a little over halfway. Because we have actually done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 5 left. We are over halfway then. We're doing pretty good. I'll definitely do a Venti stream where you wear the whole outfit. Heck yeah. Good. Ah, dear. Well, I would also like to do more cosplay streams, to be fair. I always feel like I need a reason to get into cosplay. Whereas sometimes it might be fun to just wear them a little bit, maybe. It's like a, what do you call it, a mental thing more than anything, I think. It's like that there needs to be a good reason to wear the costumes, when in reality, it should just be if I want to wear them for a fun stream that I should just wear them. I guess because I'm so used to saving them for conventions and stuff. I mean, there are some cosplays that I wouldn't wear regularly anyway, like Mateus is very, very, very heavy. So like, I wouldn't wear that if I'm planning to go for a long stream because I get tired wearing it. And I guess certain other ones are kind of similar where like they're just not very comfortable to wear for a long time. Normally it is the weight, I'd say though, that gets it. So I guess sitting down wouldn't be quite so bad. Yeah, I should get more into wearing costumes while on stream. Like, I am a cosplayer first and foremost, after all. I should maybe be wearing the costumes a little bit more. I'd like to wear some too, but then I would like to improve on them first. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, as well, you look at a costume you made a while ago and you're like, should I be fixing this first? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I could do... What could I do? I could do Guild Wars stream while wearing Guild Wars costume. I could do that. So I was watching, I don't know if many of you know, well actually no, some of you definitely know them, and Nick Bricks, I was watching them and they were playing some Guild Wars 2 the other day, and it literally made me re-download the game. I have not played Guild Wars 2 in such a long time, but watching them play it was like, now I have the FOMO, I want to play it again, so I had to get it. Ah dear, powerlifting stream of Tears went, oh my god. Would that get me banned? Are you allowed to do that kind of thing on Twitch? Because I know they're a bit funny about squats these days, but I guess it's a bit different if you're lifting, right? Because you're obviously, but then I would be lifting in a very revealing outfit. Is this allowed? Will this get me banned? Oh dear. Who knows? Minesweeper stream with a Minesweeper costume? Oh, man, that would be amazing. It'd just be like a really big number 1 or 2 or 3. I mean, I'd wear that. Oh dear. I'm trying to think what else I've got. I've got like obviously the Pokemon ones. I got Celeste from Animal Crossing. Although for long periods of time the wig is a little uncomfortable for that one just because of all the feathers. I haven't made a Final Fantasy IX one in a while. Here's the thing, there is actually something, okay, again, this is like a very much a cosplay that I'm not good enough to make yet, but there is a costume that I would one day really, really like to make, and that is like a quick change Final Fantasy IX costume, but I want to do a quick change with all 8 characters. So it'd be like a lot of planning from one character into the next one, but I really like the idea of like being able to swap to all of the characters. And to be honest, like if you look at the Final Fantasy IX main 8, like the playable 8 characters, They do have some pretty different proportions, so they do go from very big to very small. So I do feel like you could almost, what do they call the dolls that fit inside of each other? You could kind of do it like that, because some of them are much bigger than the others. You could make a frame for, like, if you were doing a queener, that could be like a mascot style costume, to be honest, just because they are quite large. Honestly, same kind of with Steiner and maybe Amaranth. Maybe not Amaranth. Amaranth I just need to get really buff for and paint myself blue. Mine's in a cosplay just a big heck off tank with mine clearers attached. Russian nesting dolls, thank you, that is what I'm thinking of. Yes, Russian nesting dolls. Yeah, like, you could definitely do that with a few of them, but then it would get more complicated once you get to the smaller characters. Because, like, Vivi and Aiko are, like, about the same size. I would say Vivi, because of the coat and the hat, would be slightly bigger than Aiko, but then how do you fit that underneath everything else? Because Vivi obviously has, like, a lot going on. So yeah, there would be some complications, but I would like to one day plan a quick change for all 8 Final Fantasy characters so that I can do them all in one costume. I Garnet as well, there's like she would probably be one of the people she'd either be like the biggest, because I could do the wedding dress version where she has that massive hoop skirt, or she'd be one of the smallest. I don't know where I'd put her. It depends what outfit I put her in. She's the only character that has multiple outfits. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those costumes. It's just, you know, it's in my mind of something that I'd like to do, but it's so much work that I'm like, maybe I should make them all separately first before I make them going one into the other. That'd be a fun one though. I do really want to play more Final Fantasy IX, but I don't feel like a lot of my, this is the thing, it's like, I want to play it, but maybe I just play it in my own time. Because to be honest, kind of what I want to do is just see how many places in the Final Fantasy IX map that you can fall through the floor. And I want to see, I want to make a list of all the places you can fall through and then send it to somebody more skilled at routing than I am. That way I could feel like I helped, you know? Oh, if you couldn't figure out one, you could divide them into 2 and cosplay with a friend and do the coordinator. Oh, you know, actually that's a very smart idea. Because a lot of them do kind of come in pairs. Ooh, because of course you have... Oh, but then what would the pairs be? Would they line up? Because I'd say... Garnet and Zidane, obviously. Maybe Steiner... Freya? Freya, maybe? Steiner, Freya? And then... Queen of Vivi, but that does leave Aiko and Amaranth, and I don't know about Aiko and Amaranth. They have interactions, but would I put... But then I don't... The only other person I would put Aiko with would be Vivi, but then I don't really feel like Aiko Vivi either. Just because they're like both child characters, I guess, kind of. Although, how old is Vivi? The thing is, Vivi had a very short lifespan, right, technically. But... So I don't really know. I also did not realize, by the way, sorry, spoilers for Final Fantasy IX, but the game has been out for like 20 years, so at this point it's kind of your fault. But I didn't realize that Vivi died at the end of Final Fantasy IX. I literally, it was mentioned the other day, and I was like, wait, what? Vivi died at the end of Final Fantasy IX? What do you mean Vivi died?
Hello,
also,
friends.
No, good morning. Thank you so much for the heckin' sub again. That's very heckin' kind of you. Welcome on in. I'm talking about Final Fantasy IX again. I'm very sorry. I'd love to take photos. Sword fight costume switch. That would be amazing. To enter a cosplay contest where you're all of the contestants in one. It's just me. Oh my god, that would be such a troll though. Dear. You would love to live... Oh, you live by a really good place for photos? See, we need a car for that kind of thing. One day, though. Dobby dies. Dobby does die in Final Fantasy IX. But yeah, I didn't realize that Vivi died at the end. I didn't realize that that's what happened. Because I thought Vivi was narrating the end, and he is. But like... It's like a... What he wrote for his own funeral. And it's like... Oh... Oh, okay. Okay, game. I didn't realize that. I thought Vivi survived, but okay. I guess the thing with Vivi was that, you know, he didn't know what his lifespan was. The likelihood is he just came up to the end of his lifespan, and that's why he created all the clones and told them about, you know, his adventures and stuff so that his story could live on in his children. But yeah, that kind of flew over my head the first time. I just thought there were now lots of VVs. I didn't realize that VV died and passed on his memories to his kids. Jesus Christ, they zoomed over that bit. Oh dear. I've been working that music festival, so you've been flat out. You were the venue for 12 hours. Oh my god, was it good though? Obviously it's a lot of work, but was it good? Were there good vibes? Oh dear. How are you? I'm okay, thank you. I'm very sleepy, but other than that, I'm okay. I thought Vivi lived happily ever like Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I thought Vivi lived happily ever after, like content with their purpose in life and happy to live in like, because there's like a whole Black Mage village, right? I was like, oh, he's gonna live with the gnomes. And I will always call, well, if I don't call them gnomes, I'll call them genomes, which is not much better, honestly. But yeah, with them. But no, he just dies. I don't know how long after he dies though, but it's like, yeah, he just dies. Heck, I didn't know that. It's been so good. Most of the artists are so nice. And when I say they, oh, that is really nice. Oh, I'm glad it's been good. Heck yeah. I'm glad. And hopefully you get to listen to lots of lovely music as well, even if you're at work. I always find working with music in the background makes it easier though. Like that was one thing I didn't like about the last job I had, is there was never any music, because we had, you know, it's a very like a one. I don't know if there's an easy solution to that, the problem, to be honest, but because it was like often a very emotional thing for a lot of people, like they're getting fit for maybe their first bra after breast cancer and stuff, like people would be quite emotions would run high. We would advise to not play any music so that didn't trigger anything. And it's like, okay, but then also it might have been a nice distraction for some people, but yeah, because of that we couldn't play any music, so it was just like dead silent, which I personally felt like was worse, but that was just me. It wasn't my place to make that call. Oh dear. You know how Romeo and... Oh, yeah, okay, I don't know why. Listen, if you don't make me think about it, I just assume that Romeo and Juliet lived happily ever after. I forget that it's a tragedy. I'm like, oh yeah, Romeo and Juliet, they're fine. I'm sure they're alright. They'll walk it off, you know? They'll be alright. I've been enjoying listening to concerts when we don't have stage changes. Yeah, that's fair. We don't have music where I work because they don't want to... Oh yeah, that's the other thing, they have to pay for the radio, yeah. We apparently used to have music before I started working there, but then yeah, they were advised to remove the music because it might be distressing to some customers, so we had to remove it. But I do think overall the benefit would have been there, but you know what, whatever. I mean, regardless, people would have to come to us, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I do have to wake up. Oh my god, get some good heckin' rest before that. We had 10 days. Oh yeah, that sounds very stressful. Make sure that you get some good rest before waking up tomorrow. I don't know obviously what time it is for you now, but like, yeah, make sure you got that good rest. Get that good food as well. Recharge yourself. Go. And pull that nice and tight. Nice. Another one. Honestly, I'd kind of like to revisit... Sorry, this is like a bit of a tangent. I'd kind of like to revisit Shakespeare at some point. So like, I'm very lucky. I actually have been to the Globe and like watched stuff there, and it's been really, really good, and I've always really enjoyed it. So like, a lot of people in the UK, their only experience with Shakespeare will be like GCSE English, which is maybe not the best experience of Shakespeare. Also, 99% of the time it's Romeo and Juliet, which is like... It's not the most exciting one, to be honest, at least in my opinion. Someone probably loves it, but for me it's not my favorite. Yeah, but I've been very lucky that I've had other experiences with Shakespeare and like watching it on stage and stuff. And it is very different going and watching it in person, like, and also the actors that do stuff at the Globe are always fantastic. So, you know, it's a different experience, I guess, and it's a really, really good one. But I would maybe like to revisit Shakespeare a bit more at some point. Maybe some of the ones that we did do in school. I didn't hate all the ones we did in school, to be fair. We did a Midsummer's Night's Dream, and I thought that one was really fun. I really liked a Midsummer's Night's Dream. I love the setting and the characters, and I think the comedy is pretty funny. I mean, it's like kind of a trope now, the whole like body swap and stuff like that. But back in the day, I bet it wasn't, and it's I don't know, it's a fun time, and I enjoy it. It's silly but fun. But it's been such a long time that I've like thought about it, I guess, because my again, even for me, my first thought goes straight to school when I think of Shakespeare. I don't think I want to revisit Romeo and Juliet. I think I'm okay leaving that one to rest. Never think about it again. What else was there? As You Like. Oh, what was it? Taming of the Shrew. Is that is that the one? I think it was Taming of the Shrew. I don't think I did that one in English though. I think I did that one in drama, because I'm pretty sure we did that one as a script, which is maybe why I'm remembering it more fondly, because I feel like that is more fun than just reading play. Like actually acting out play is more fun. Well, to me at least, maybe not to everyone. I bought the Threadman egg. Oh, have you? It's Edith's Wanted poster. Heck yeah. Oh my god, that's so fun. That's so fun. Oh, I'm so sad it's over, but oh my god. It's lovely to see like the outpouring of love for it and like how much everybody really enjoyed it, because it was really, really good. I really liked it. Oh, the characters are really good. The story, obviously the last season did, I'm not gonna lie, it did feel a little bit rushed at times. It felt like we missed a lot of episodes that could have been kind of fun, but that's not the team's fault. Disney did cancel their show, like, you know, it's no one's fault, but I really liked it. I'm always confused with Shakespeare's read with the posh accent. The posh accent hadn't been invented yet. He's a working class guy from the West Country. Yeah. Excuse me, but it's always read in Queen's English. I could probably read it in Queen's English, maybe. I think I can do that with my accent. Next stream idea. Reading Shakespeare in Queen's English. Just for a whole stream. I think I'd lose my voice by the end, though, because they're pretty long. Oh, dear. Where are we? We're putting these bits together. Yeah, you're right, though. It is always very posh sounding. I guess that how it's perceived these days is going to see Shakespeare as like a luxury thing. The other thing is but then even if you go watch Ed the Globe, it doesn't feel luxury. So like you have to pay quite a bit extra to sit down. So the majority of like students and young people will just be stood up for like 4 hours straight. And like if you have to go sit down, you will be escorted out. Like if you pick one of the standing seats and you can't stand, like, get screwed, my dudes. You will be removed. Oh, dear. So, like, most of the people that are stood there, like, in the biggest area are, like, you know, students. People like that. I don't know. We did Macbeth. Oh, yeah, we did do Macbeth. I'd forgotten about that one. That is one that I would revisit, because I'll be honest, I actually like Macbeth, or I liked Macbeth. But then we studied it for so long. We did so much on Macbeth. Hamlet as well, where it was like, I don't know, you just kind of get sick of it. It's been too much. It's too much. Macbeth for us was a lot worse than Hamlet, so Hamlet has not been quite so ruined for me. But Macbeth we did like an entire year on at one point, and it's just, that's a lot. There is only so much you can get from the one play. And especially as like a teenager, I just didn't care. I didn't care that much. I thought it was cool and all, but then you lost me. You lost me when we had to do it for that long. Again, Romeo and Juliet was kind of the same. We did Romeo and Juliet for a while, but like, I already was not, I'll be honest, I was never super keen on the story of Romeo and Juliet. Excuse me, Macbeth. Oh, we didn't do the Tempest. Ooh. That one we skipped. Which means it's probably still not ruined for me. Heck yeah. I don't think I've ever even seen that. Ooh. Heck yeah. And thank you for the hick. Yeah, I've been hicking a lot the last week. I've been full of hicks. It's been one of those weeks. A hick heavy week. Dipley, good morning. I hope you're doing. Dobby dies in the Tempest? Oh no. Heck. All of these spoilers, oh my god. I do like the meme though of like, you know, you saying like, oh yeah, Romeo and Juliet both die at the end of it, and it's like, oh my god, spoilers. Oh my god, how could you spoil it? I hadn't finished it yet, Jesus. It's been so long. At this point, there is no excuse. Oh dear. Man, I really want to play Final Fantasy again. Shoot! We have to have a rule. We can't talk about Final Fantasy IX on stream. If we talk about Final Fantasy IX, I want to play Final Fantasy IX. And that is a time sink that I can't afford most of the time. Kiki, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. You never enjoyed Shakespeare, but I much more enjoyed Oscar Wilde. Fair. Well, that's fair. Oh dear. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about the stuff we studied in school, like Shakespeare. But then I'm also just background gushing about Final Fantasy IX, and I really like Of Mice and Men. I love Of Mice and Men. I still love Of Mice and Men. I really enjoy it. I think it's very clever. The adaptation is not bad either, which helps, because that's the thing as well. If you're forced to look at the book and the adaptation sucks, it's like, ugh, the adaptation is definitely not bad. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I will forever feel lucky that we got Of Mice and Men, because the class next door got The Woman in Black, and it was very funny just listening to a whole class scream next door to you every English lesson, but like I'm kind of glad that wasn't me. Even though the film itself might not have made me jump, everyone else screaming constantly probably would have. Which the report as being earnest. Oh, and you're the only person in your class who found it funny. Well, there's different comedy for different people, right? Like I find As You Like It to be very funny. But it's not for everybody. I'll do it. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll do it. Let's not talk about Final Fantasy. Oh, let's talk about Final Fantasy X. I mean, I like Final Fantasy X. I've not played Final Fantasy X on stream. I played it a lot growing up, though. I do like it. It's one of those ones where I've considered doing a run of it, because the run plays out very similarly to the run in Final Fantasy IX. They're both really long runs. But, like, the battles, you get... Here's the thing. I play the HD version, which means you have like less battles in Final Fantasy IX. I don't think I can do that in 10. In 10 it's just constant. You like run 2 steps and you hit a battle. Thank you for the hydrate. You watch Spirited? Oh my god. Heck. I wish we watched Spirited Away. Oh my god. You played any Final Fantasy today, so I'm lost about what the fuss is about. I don't know how to sell Final Fantasy. I really like it. I grew up playing 9, so there is definitely a nostalgia feature with it for me, but I really enjoy the story of 9. I really, really like it. 10 as well. I would be honest, Tidus annoyed the heck out of me. I hated Blitzball, but like the story of 10 as well, it is sad. It is very sad, but it's a good story. 7 is also... 7 is... I do still feel like it was a bit before its time, but obviously it's got a lot of popularity now. Still very good. Personally, 8 I think is okay. It is not my favorite. I know there's probably some people here that love 8. 8 is not my favorite personally. Yeah. But gameplay-wise, here's the thing. 15 is a good, and 14 are both good entry games. 14 for the MMO, 15 for the newest game in the series, so the combat's a bit more up to date. 14 feels a bit more Final Fantasy than 15, to me at least. But I did enjoy 15. I played 15 again. The only one I've played on stream is 9, and that's because I was speedrunning it. But I have played a lot of Final Fantasy off stream. I would really like to play Final Fantasy 6. Which is why when Bearby was playing it, I refused to raid into her, because like I don't want to be spoiled on 6. I know it's been out for a really long time and stuff, but I would like to go in relatively blind because I've heard such good things about it. So 6 is probably the next new game on the list for me. The new game that's going to be coming out 16. I'm gonna wait and see what the reception's like for it before like getting too excited for it. There's things that I like, and then from the trailers, so I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Oh, take care, Unpredictable. Thank you so much for popping by, but yeah, get yourself some good Z's. Ah, dear. I went to Catholic private school for most of my childhood, and they called the religion class Christian Living. Oh. Okay. Cool. Oh dear. Yeah, I didn't take RE as like a subject, so I only did it for like the first couple years, where you do all the subjects before you split off. We did ethics as like a GCSE. Ethics is like an easy A, honestly, because you can't really go wrong with ethics. You kind of give your opinion, and there isn't like a wrong opinion. As long as you explain what your opinion and what the opposing opinion is, you're fine. Like, you've got an A, easy. I will say though, ethics was a rough class, which it seems like not everybody had. Like, I don't think they had it in Wales. Like, when I was talking to Shiny about it, they didn't have anything like it really, as like a consistent lesson that you could get a GCSE in. But we had it in England, and it's like, it's a lot of, like, I guess more controversial topics. To help kids make their own decisions about things. So they'd be things like designer babies, abortion, assisted suicide, all that kind of stuff. That's what ethics was. Ethics was talking about like the most like controversial things, weed, all that kind of stuff, and helping kids make their own decisions about it. But this is the thing, you couldn't really do it wrong as long as you explained what your opinion was and what the opposing opinion was. It's like, you couldn't, I don't think I knew anyone that got less than an A in ethics. I'm guessing you skipped ethics. Oh, absolutely. No, I did do ethics. I did do it. And I think it was like a relatively valuable course, but it was a really hard, like, it's like, there was a lot of times where like you'd watch it and you'd be like, oh man, now I'm depressed. Now I'm really sad. And I have to go to my next lesson, really sad. Like, ethics would consistently make people cry in our class. And then you'd go from that lesson to something else, like, I've been crying, I don't want to go and do geography, are you kidding me? So yeah. No, you get pregnant somewhere else. Okay, you can't get pregnant in my stream. So that is illegal. That is very illegal. Pregnancy in my stream, you can be pregnant, but you can't get pregnant here. It's different. They didn't even try to hide the fact they did teach about alphabet, but that's kind of the most exciting part about, but maybe that's just me, but I think the learning about other groups of people would be a lot more interesting than learning about a group that you're already in, personally. Oh dear. But I can see why in some schools they wouldn't do that. I can't get pregnant. No, you cannot get pregnant in my stream. It's illegal, it's banned. If I hear that somebody's got pregnant, I will report them to Twitch. So you can't do that, not in my stream. This is a pregnant free zone. You can be pregnant here, you just can't get pregnant here. There's a difference. Oh dear. And that's ethics, everybody, that's ethics there. That's the ethics stuff that I learned in school. Coming into use, finally. No, it was actually genuinely like quite a rough lesson, and like, I remember people crying about it. I remember people having like a really hard time. There was like a heavy discussion of like death, illness. A big one that would come up for a while was AIDS, like, and the stereotypes around that stuff, all of that kind of stuff. And like, people would consistently get quite upset in that lesson, which makes sense because of the topics we're covering. But like, legitimately, we do like a whole lesson about like, you know, assisted suicide and whether it should be legal or not, and then we'd go do geography and talk about rocks, and it was like, oh my god, the whiplash I'm getting from these lessons is really something. Ah dear. You can you have to wait till after stream. So you're saying it's no watching your stream doing bow chicka wow wow. Well no, you can watch me doing bow chicka wow wow, you just can't get pregnant doing bow chicka wow wow. It's different. It's different. Oh, so Cat, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I love, oh, there is a Turtwig emote. Oh, look, a little Turtwig wave. Oh my, oh no, Jason saw. Oh no, oh no. Heck, there's EastEnders in my chat right now. Oh god, the drama is heating up. Oh dear, I went to the community college and we had RE, which is basically the school trying to make you understand that there's only Christ or... Oh my god, Blue. Well, I attended the same college and really used to see the face when I said, I'm a white witch who does witchcraft. Good on you. Heck yes, very nice. Oh dear, I saw you recommended. Oh, welcome on in. You have so many Turtwigs. Oh my god, they're so good. Welcome on in, my name is Jelly. I'm a crafter based in the UK. We're actually doing some smocking at the moment. It's in the very, very beginning stages. This is what it ends up looking like. And they're gonna be like strips from my shoulders. So I'm making all these little smocking panels that take about 20 to 25 hours each. But we're very, very fresh on this one. This is a very new one. We're getting there though, we're getting there. Ah, dear. They keep trying to, but I only love you, Jason. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, this was also not the outcome that I thought, but how would you know if you're pregnant? I don't know. You'd have to ask an expert. I haven't been pregnant, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna say the growing the belly,
but then not everyone grows very much. Maybe the vomiting, but then not everyone throws up. I think I would throw up if I had to guess. I think I'd be a sicky lady. Oh dear. I did science. Oh no, not science. God, I read that as Scientology. Okay, let's start that again. I did sociology, and our very first topic was we learned about gun violence in the US. Yeah, I will say ours luckily was more focused about UK-based stuff, which kind of makes sense, I guess. For ethics, it's like it's your laws and your stuff. But yeah, we didn't focus too much on that. That would have been heckin' riots. Well, the lack of monthly red letter. Oh yeah, also, but then, you know, okay. So there's been. Sorry, this is gonna get really political really quickly, very suddenly. I keep seeing on Twitter stuff like, and it's the whole like trans investigator kind of stuff of like, well, this person must be trans because of this or this or this or this or this, right? And I've decided that they must think that I'm trans at this point because yes, I shaved my face. Not gonna deny it. I shave my face before like every cosplay photo shoot. I can grow a mighty mustache. It's, well, no, not quite yet, but we're getting there, right? So yeah, I do that because it's pitiful at the moment. But if I could grow it bigger, maybe I would keep it. But right now it's a pitiful mustache, so I get rid of it. And so that means that I must be a man? I feel like a lot of women shave their face. Am I crazy? Like, do women not pluck their eyebrows and shave their face and that's pretty normal? And then the other thing is like, oh yeah, all women have periods. No, they don't. Are you kidding me? Absolutely no, they don't. I can hands up say, as a very lucky woman who doesn't. And obviously, like, if things change for you and, like, something's different for you, you should go to the doctors and get it checked out to make sure that nothing more dangerous is happening. But, like, yo, a lot of women don't have that, you know? And then, of course, there's the very controversial of all women can give birth. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, I've been seeing this kind of stuff on Twitter like a lot recently. A lot. Women, that is the big tell though. Yeah, if you poo, you're probably not a woman. Sorry, women don't poo. That's true. Honestly, all these people are just looking at the wrong things. They're barking up the wrong tree. Like, yeah, women shave their faces and pluck their eyebrows and do body hair stuff. Like, there's a whole industry based on women doing that. Are you kidding me? It's not it's not rocket science. Also, Kat, thank you so much for the follow. Sorry. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I'm saying, how do you know if you're getting pregnant? Oh, I don't know. I guess maybe if it's an accident, then it's fine. But if it's on purpose, then I will take that personally. Yeah. I did not take Scientology. I'm sorry. I misread it. I can't. I'm getting there though. I feel like every year it's a little bit more intense, but right now it's not enough. But yeah, I literally shaved my whole face so that makeup sits better. Like, I take it off my cheeks, I take it off my chin, I take it off my upper lip. I shave everything. No hair for cosplay. None at all. Wait, not all women have periods due to sickness or the pill or anything? Normally it's to do with something else, but there's a lot of reasons. So obviously there's like PCOS, there's a lot of stuff that can happen, I guess feminine health-wise, but also there's people like me who just live with chronic pain, and so our body is like, you're not getting pregnant. Absolutely not. Like, excuse me, you're dying. You can't get pregnant, excuse me. And so you don't have it. And it's like, for me, it's a mixture of, and also there's also birth control. Birth control often could stop you having periods altogether. So there's lots and lots of reasons a lot of women will not have periods. And a lot of women are on birth control from pretty young because birth control also stops you having cramps. So it's like, obviously it's got the name birth control, but it does a lot more than that. So like a lot of women who have experienced really intense cramping at a young age, with endometriosis as well, or PCOS or other things, will go on the pill really, really young and might never experience a period. Like, it happens. It's not, you know, there's lots of things. It's very taboo subject, I guess, in some circles, but like, I grew up in a very open household, so excuse me, you'll have to excuse the fact that I have literally no filter with this sort of thing. And so when I see online, it's like, real women don't shave their upper lip. Real women don't have, like, they always have periods. Real women, well, I guess I'm not a real woman then. Guys, excuse me, I would like you to refer to me as he, him, because apparently I'm not a woman. Weird, crazy stuff. Oh my god. It just shows as well, like,
I don't know. It's the whole, like, it's the reason that often women who have these kind of differences, like, whether it be that you have to shave, you don't have to, but you feel like you have to shave your face, like me, or if you don't have periods or you can't give birth as well, as like a real inferiority thing, because there are so many people still pushing the, well, all women do it. And even in schools, it's like every woman has a period. Well, funnily enough, actually, a lot of women you talk to might not have periods. And, you know, there's definitely different reasons. Sometimes it's a really good thing. Some people will go on their contraception for the first time and never have a period again. Crazy. Like, that's just the reaction their body has, which I think is like a best case scenario, because you're not ill, there's nothing wrong with you. It just happens that your contraceptive pill prevents you from having periods, and so you never have to buy the like tampons and pads, and you don't have the cramps and you don't feel sick. It's like that's an ideal experience in my mind. That's like a 10 out of 10 best case scenario. Where's the blood go? Doesn't. Well, because depending on the type of contraception you have, it does different things. So, like, I'll be honest, I know more about the one that I used to take than I know about, like, other ones. You have to excuse me, because there's, like, you tend to know more about your one you'd use. But there's different types, and they push different hormones into you and stuff like that. Some of them prevent the lining from sticking properly, so you can't conceive, or, like, the egg could stick, but you can go, it still goes. Some of them kind of just thicken up the lining, so that it doesn't, nothing can get through it. And then if that, sometimes it goes out, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of women, if they do experience no periods, will have like something called spotting, like a few times a year, maybe once a year, maybe a couple times a year, where they'll have like very, very small amount come out, like not enough to ruin your outfit, but enough to be noticeable. And like, yeah, that'll be it. And then some women will have a period that lasts for years and never stops. Like, that's the worst case scenario, unfortunately, with contraception. There is always a chance the contraception you go on will cause you to have a continuous period. which doesn't happen to very many people. But it's one of those things where it does happen. People can, and especially if they're changing from one contraception to another, they can have periods that last literally months without stopping. Yeah, obviously not an ideal situation for anyone. I don't think anybody wants that. But that is like normally like a more bad case. Like, while it does happen, it's normally like a worst case scenario. Like, you'd hope that would not happen to you. Oh dear. Blood women put, oh yeah, blue liquid on tampons. I don't like, yeah, true, sorry. I am a lizard. Yeah, that's the real answer we've got to. No, is she a man? Is she a woman? She's a lizard. She's just a lizard. Oh dear. Pouring blood from the nether regions for months sounds like a fun time. Oh, I am very lucky. Like, this is the thing, it's like I am in many ways, I guess, a best case scenario, but like, yeah, I don't know what I would do, man. First of all, that would be insanely expensive. Like, if you've never gone and looked, go down your local Tesco's and see how expensive sanitary products are. They are not cheap. And so if you are going, even like for a month, every month, it costs you quite a bit of money. But if you are literally bleeding for months, like while changing contraceptive or something like that, like, oh my God, that is expensive. So expensive. Jesus Christ. Most people seem to think, oh yeah, no contraception is 100%, no. But I think as well, like, there are so many reasons that people take contraceptive that isn't just to avoid getting pregnant. Like, again, it's because it's called a contraceptive, which makes sense, but a lot of people assume that the only thing that it's ever used for is birth control, whereas like a lot of the people that I know started taking contraceptive because of cramps, because it can really help with the cramping you get every month. It can also mean that your period is less, another really positive thing about it is it can make you very regular. So without being like caught out, because that's the thing with periods, like they can just strike out of nowhere, man. And then like, what do you do when you're out and about and you don't think you should be having one for like 2 more weeks and suddenly you are having one? Like, it's very panicky. And I worked in lingerie van, so like I saw loads of people who had like incidents where their period had started and they weren't expecting it, right? And so they've started bleeding in public, and it's like, oh shoot, what do I do? I've like ruined my underwear, like I might have ruined my outfit. Like, we had that so often. And yeah, it's like there's a lot of, what do you call it, icky ew about periods and stuff like that. But in reality, it's like it's so nerve-wracking when someone has that in public. We had a thing where if somebody came in and I'd had a period, and I think a lot of lingerie shops have this. If someone comes in and they're like, I'm really sorry, I just started my period, can I hide in the changing room and I'll buy whatever underwear that you have? We would just give it them for free. We would give it them for free every single time. So we had like a tax code we could write it off on, basically. We would give them away for free every single time. We even had, to be fair though, which saved my faith in humanity a little bit. And Zara, thank you for the follows, very kind of you. We've actually had quite a few boys come in who would be like, hey, my girlfriend's had an incident. And it's like, they often wouldn't say period. They were quite young often, but they would say like an incident. And I need some underwear, and she's like about this size. And we'd be like, we got you, don't worry, come over here. Have these, take them to her, good luck. It was really sweet. Like, a lot of people did, like, it was just nice to see, you know, because like, it's a really upsetting situation, especially when you're young. Like, especially, you know, when you're really young and you get caught out, which happens a lot more when you're younger, to be fair. If you're not regular and you're not on any kind of pill to help you know when it's going to happen. Oh my God, it can be really scary. So it's been really nice to see like a lot of younger people coming forward to help out their partners. It's nice. It's nice. It was incredibly wholesome. Ah, dear, my friend was consuming Burkitol's the condom. They're a fighter. We'll love the pink tax. Oh yeah, for sure. So you can say your friend was an absolute accident or an absolute miracle. But yeah, exactly, both. I don't understand why it's so much taboo about periods when it's like a natural bodily function. It's because it's something that you're meant to hide, and like, you know, there's lots of products and stuff. You're meant to hide it. Like growing up, it's like something that you're meant to hide and pretend it's not happening and stuff like that. But in reality, yeah, it's just a normal thing. And except for pooping. Pooping is not normal, and women don't poop. Sorry, that one I do have to put my foot down on. Like periods, you know, that's normal, but women do not poop. If you poop, I have some news for you. Let chaos reign. Luna, welcome on in. We're talking about periods. Welcome on in, because ew, it's only women, ew. I will say though, actually, oh, thank you for making, you know what good timing. Thank you for making me a blood demon. Thank you for making me a period. Yeah, one thing that I will say, you know, I have experienced period cramps. It's been a long time, but the most similar thing that I have felt to a period cramp, if you're curious as a man, in like an, I guess, normal everyday life, is if you have really bad diarrhea and you get cramps. Like if you have, like, so I've had salmonella, right? So I've been through the ringer. When you have that kind of cramp, when you have really bad food poisoning, like really bad food poisoning, that's what it feels like, kind of similar. It's not quite the same as a period cramp, but it's close enough. So listen, if you've ever had really bad food poisoning and you've had those like stomach cramps that like you're like, I'm gonna shit myself, you have to like run for the toilet. It kind of feels like that. Every single month. Oh my God. And during every period we shed, oh yeah, also that we shed our skin. Yeah, that's important to remember. Sorry, yeah, I almost forgot the fact that all women are lizards. My God, how could I forget? We shed our skin, but I don't know about you, Luna, but I also like to consume my skin because I don't like anybody else having it. Also, I'm bisexual. Kindred's good morning. I hope you're doing well. I had a navel hernia and oh, yeah, I imagine that was mighty painful. Heck, thank you. Ah, dear. But yeah, that would, in my opinion, be the closest thing that you could probably experience, that you might have already experienced already. I do not recommend getting food poisoning or salmonella. Specifically, I definitely don't recommend getting salmonella. Oh, thank you for making me suspicious. Oh dear. I'll go fetch my favorite batch of salmonella to experience my first period. Yeah, well, this is my thought process. I'm like, listen, let me logic this out for you. Your first period is often like, is either really short or it's really long. Your first salmonella can be really short or really long as well, but it normally lasts at least a week, which I think is about fair for a period. You know, takes about the same amount of time. The cramps are pretty intense. They last throughout the whole day. You will wake up because of cramps. I will say I was someone who did have very, very bad cramps, so maybe my experiences is not the same as everyone else's, but I did have really, really bad ones when I did have them. They would like cripple me to the floor kind of thing, where I'd have to like just lean over and breathe heavily for like a bit at a time. Matrix, good morning. We're talking about periods. I hope you're doing well. Which is another reason why I'm very happy that I don't get them anymore. Like I haven't had them for 8 years? I guess it'd be 7 years. It'd be since I started having migraines. weird side effect of just being in pain every day is my body decided no more woman stuff for you. Excuse me. No woman. Also, shave your face. Oh dear. I'm on the pill, but I do have other medication for my cramps because they can put... Yeah, exactly. Like, I think a lot of people just assume women over-exaggerate how bad the cramps can be. They literally can make you throw up. Like, it's like such an uncomfortable kind of pain that they make you like feel sick. It's gross. Like, it's such a gross feeling, and that's why I think the closest feeling that I could say is like food poisoning. Like if you have really bad food poisoning and you're like shitting a lot, specifically shitting a lot, not so much the nausea side of things, but like the pooping side. I think that's why, because it's like kind of disgusting cramping feeling where it's like it's a mixture of it sends a shiver down your spine and it also hurts. Like that's I think why it's the closest. You know. I'm not supposed to be laughing right now. You can burn it out. You're allowed. No, you're fine. Do not worry. You're good. And if you do burn in hell, I'm sure most of us will be burning with you. So it's okay. You'll be in good company. Or bad company. I don't know. It's up to you. You'll be super tired for the next week. Yeah. You feel tired, sicky. Like the cramps literally can stop you walking. You have to be really careful, like to not bleed through stuff, and it's expensive. Like there's so many sucky things about it. Like, and many people say the only good thing about a period is the knowledge that if you're not trying to get pregnant, that you're not pregnant. And for many people, that's still a bad thing, because if you are trying to conceive and you keep having periods, it can be really depressing. So it's like a very double-edged sword. The only positive thing about it is, you know, proving that you're not pregnant, but that's also not a positive thing for everybody. So it really just sucks. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Welcome on in. We're talking about periods. And yeah. Don't eat raw chicken. Honestly, don't recommend. Oh, salmonella's really dangerous, man, because you can dehydrate so easily. Don't recommend it. Cook your chicken. Make sure you don't get it. But if in the past, am I the only person who's had like food poisoning like several times as an adult? Wait a minute. I will say, it's not been from stuff that I've cooked. I've had it from, well, although I guess technically I have eaten it. I did eat gone off yogurt. That was on me, I guess. Yeah. And the salmonella was actually from the local kebab shop. And thank you for the hick. But it wasn't food that I like made, it was food that I ate, which maybe having chicken from the local kebab shop was a bit risky because they didn't exactly have the best food hygiene rating, but I was drunk and I wanted chicken. I've had food poisoning maybe once, but it was like a 24-hour thing. Yeah, if you've had... I feel like even if it was a 24-hour thing, right, the diarrhea part of it, but then I guess if you're nauseous, it's difficult because you kind of need to like isolate the lower half of your body during food poisoning, because if you get the nausea as well, that's like, well, you can feel sick with a period. I wouldn't say it's the same feeling. It's just the lower half. Yeah. I've had food poisoning. I wouldn't recommend it. You know what? Same. I also don't recommend it, Goat. I don't think it's the most fun experience in the world. But yeah. Hello, can I join in Sleep Tuesday? Yes! Yes, you can. Also, welcome on in. We're talking about periods and diarrhea. Good morning. Just your daily talk about periods and diarrhea. Yay. Oh dear. My advice to you, if you can sit on a toilet and hug the water tank. Yeah. Oh god, it sucks. It sucks. It is such a horrible feeling. Like, ugh, it grim. You're gonna eat. We've been talking about pooping and you're gonna, you know what? I can't judge you. Fair enough, Eden. Get some good food. You know, all this poop talk has made me hungry. Time to make some poop, guys, really quickly. Can't forget diarrhea will happen. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I guess that is something. I'll be honest, I haven't experienced that. I have no idea what that's like, but that sounds awful. I'm not eating poop or period, don't worry. Okay, you know, I wouldn't want to say that I was worried. I was curious, but I wasn't worried. Can women just choose not? I know, listen. Yeah, like, there are a few ways, you know, if you have your ovaries and like if you have a hysterectomy, you won't have a period anymore. There you go. If you get rid of the woman bits, then that does stop your period. The thing is, doctors are very hesitant to get rid of the woman bits for people unless they've already had several children, so the likelihood, at least in the UK, of you being allowed that is pretty small. It's more like if they have to, they'll do it. I don't think they'd do it if you walked in and said, I just don't want a period ever again. I think they'd be like, no. you need a different reason. I'm French, not an animal, but I do understand the confusion. I don't recommend beer. Oh no, it's all very sucky stuff. It is all sucky stuff. Don't recommend. Oh dear, it's the same in the States. Yeah, it's like, you know, you have, it's normally like it's a has to happen kind of thing, or maybe you've already had several children and then maybe they'll let you. Fanny amputations aren't common practice. No. Well, no, they don't take out the fanny, they just take out all the innie bits. Like it's the innie lumpy bits. I don't actually know exactly what bits it is, but I know that you can't have a kid afterwards. Although wait, wait, no, let me Google this. Because I feel like I saw something about this where somebody got pregnant after a hysterectomy and it was like super dangerous. Pregnancy after hysterectomy. Good, thank you. I wouldn't know how to spell that. Pregnancy after, and it can happen. Pregnancy after hysterectomy is extremely rare but can occur, leading to potentially life-threatening medical condition called ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy? This occurs when a fertilized egg implants outside of the uterus. So it like just grows in you? Wait, that's terrifying. Excuse me, sorry, I just found out something about being a woman that I'm not sure I like. Excuse me, what? Let me just look up ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy is when a fertilized egg implants itself outside of the womb, usually in one of the fallopian tubes. The fallopian tubes are tubes connected to the ovaries. If an egg gets stuck in them, it won't develop into a baby, and your health may be at risk if the pregnancy... Unfortunately, it's not possible to save the pregnancy. It has to be removed. Around 1 in 90 pregnant... That's actually quite common. 1 in 90 pregnancies is ectopic. That's around 11,000 pregnancies a year in the UK. Oh my god! Also, weirdly, okay, I'm looking at the symptoms and some of them I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, a missed period, makes sense. Tummy pain, understandable. Vaginal bleeding, can understand that. Pain in the tips of your shoulders. What? Is that because it's like too close to your back or something? Why is pain in the tips of your shoulders one of the most common symptoms? What? Oh god. Yeah, obviously if this happens, you should go to a doctor. Jesus Christ, that's very scary. What the heck, body? How dare you? That's terrifying. Jelly biology, yeah, jelly biology class is just Jelly learning things that they didn't, that kind of just scare them and they didn't want to know. Normally they're stuck in the tube that's they do sound really scary. Wait, am I pregnant? Do you have pain in the tips of your shoulders? Oh my god, if you do, have I got some news for you, Jason. But you will want to go to a doctor because it sounds like it might not be a very healthy pregnancy and you might need to go get checked out. Oh my god. Heck. So wait, but you don't have fallopian tubes after a hysterectomy, right? Like, so where does the baby go? Wait. Where does it go? Can I just type in where does it go? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, in the cervix. In the cervix? No way. Oh my god. Or surely not. That's... Oh my god. No wonder it's so dangerous. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop looking at this because it's a little scary. It's too much for a sleepy Tuesday. Oh my god. Wait, my pain's only in one shoulder. Maybe that means maybe if it's in both shoulders, it's twins. But if it's only in one shoulder, it's just one baby. Also, thank you for making me a blood demon. Very apt. If it isn't caught and it grows to the rest of the other organs, yeah. You see, actually, if it wasn't caught, that's terrifying. But I understand, obviously, like, you know, the safety, but that's scary. If I'm meant to have periods, worry about getting pregnant, not have biology time limit. It's really not fair. Yeah. I guess, what's the positive? You know, as a woman, you can grow pretty big tits. So there is, well, which I guess is a positive and negative as well. But like, you can get pretty big tits as a woman, so that's kind of cool. What else do women have that men maybe struggle with? I'm shorter, so that the world is built for me. To be fair, I know men can have tits too, and we appreciate all titty here. But normally, I think if we were to do it like statistically, women have bigger tits, unless you don't want them, and then once again, it's a pain in the ass to try and get rid of them. You have to be having some real medical issues for them to remove it. As far as like pain, that's not enough. Oh, but is your spine bending? Okay, then maybe we'll give you a tit reduction. You know, it's one of those things again where it's like, you really have to amp up your symptoms, or they're like, nah. All titties are loved here. All titties are loved here. All titties are good titties. Every titty is a good titty. Oh dear. What else do women have that men don't, that could be a benefit to women? Honestly, the only thing that comes to mind is tits, I'm afraid. Oh, we can produce milk. I sometimes, once again, that's not a thing that every woman can do. Surprising, you know, to maybe some people. Cough, cough, the people on Twitter who are trying to decide what a woman is. Not every woman can produce milk. However, there is a higher chance of producing milk as a woman than a man. Statistically, you're more likely to be able to produce milk as a woman. So, like, I don't know if that's a good thing, but like, we can produce food produce? Is this a good thing? I'm not sure. But it's something that we can do that men struggle with. We can become a food produce thing. Some people put it in coffee. Personally, I think cow milk is easier. Like, I'm sure there are some medications you can take to like help with that sort of stuff, but like, is it worth like the pain and like also having to do it? I don't know, man. I might just go down Tesco's and get milk there, but power to you if that's what you decide to do. I just hear that it's meant to like hurt. Which is, again, then another downside is that your tits will hurt while you're doing that, and I don't know if I want that. Cheers, love. I love how quickly the Jason has come around, considering that right in front of Jason, Robert was flirting with Eoden. Jason, very quickly. Listen, I'm here to remind you, Eoden. Not Eoden. Jason, I'm here to remind you. Kind of weird how humans find drinking breast milk weirder than drinking cow breast milk. Yeah. But I think it's like, maybe it's because it's like so deeply ingrained into the system, but like, you can imagine what cow milk tastes like. But like, if I told you, like, unless, like, excluding people who have produced and tasted their own milk, if I was to be like, what's human milk taste like? It's kind of an unknown, and I think it's the unknown that makes people go ick about it, right? Like, oh, do you know what it tastes like? The other thing is, depending on what you eat, it'll be very different. Whereas cow milk is pretty consistent because cows eat a lot of the same food. Whereas, like, for instance, if you ate like a vindaloo while producing milk, your milk will be spicy. you can make curry flavored milk. So like, which I do feel like that there is an endless possibility with humans here though, that we could create so many different flavored milks, but like, you know, first of all, you'd have to have someone who was happy to do that, but also I don't know what the humans' rights around that would be. But like, there is an opportunity here, because you can't feed vindaloo to a cow. That's full-on animal abuse. But you can feed it to a human. Oh dear. That's not us. It's probably the thought process. Yeah, it's the thought process. Oh, also fuzzy. Good morning. We are talking about. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. I don't even know what we're talking. We're talking about milking, but like not in a sexual way, and very much a like. Humans can make flavored milk, and it is an untapped market. Okay. Let me do my, what's it called? The Dragon's Den pitch. Let me do my Dragon's Den pitch. Right. Humans are an untapped market of milk. Like, we're spending all this time, all this resources infusing chocolate flavor into milk, or strawberry flavor into milk for cow's milk, because we can only really feed them things that are healthy for cows. But humans can eat whatever we want. So, like, What's to say that we shouldn't have curry flavored milk? Or even like maybe birthday cake flavored milk? Or, you know, something else really strong taste. Pickle flavored milk. Oh god, that's actually maybe not pickle flavored milk. Scratch that one out of the pitch. But you get what I'm saying. Natural flavored milk, yeah. Who knows? Well, almonds have tits. Yeah, I had no idea. It was only a few years ago that I discovered it, and I was very impressed. Is human milk vegan? I'll Google it. I don't think I'm educated enough to tell you. Is human milk vegan? Breast milk is vegan? Oh yeah, because humans can give, as long as the human has, given the consent to the milk. Yes, then it is vegan. There you go. 100% vegan. It is, yeah. The ending of Creighton's Tuesday is very I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Bacon flavored milk. Exactly. Pickle flavored milk. Mickle. You can't unconsensually milk a woman. Yeah, obviously the milking has to come with consent. Otherwise, it's not legal and it's also not vegan. More importantly, you know, it's also not vegan if you don't get consent. But if it's a consensual person, I'm sure, like, 2 seconds. If I type in, like, breast milk coffee, this is the thing. I'm sure. Breast milk in your coffee. Wait, it's a drug? Oh no, coffee's a drug. Okay, I was gonna say, like, wait, breast milk's a drug? I don't remember that. Shoot. Ah, dear. Who's gonna be milking the bacon titties? They're gonna start breast milk banking all in vegan. I mean, it is vegan milk as long as everyone's consented. Oh, no, I feel like you could. It'd be hard, but you probably could. It's illegal. I'm pretty sure the legal parts of what pop out. No. The important part is vegan. We have our priorities here. What can our business be called? It has to be like catchy. I mean, bacon milk is pretty catchy. But I don't know if that's more like a product than a business type. You make tea, have a lovely cup of tea. You heard it first, but breast milk is a drug. Very addictive. Milking it. Oh, okay. Not milking it. No, new business name. That's a good one. Milking it. Oh, should you really refer to women as its? Maybe it should be milking her. MILF milk. But, like, the thing is, I don't think you necessarily have to have had a kid to produce milk. Like, you can produce milk without having a child. Sorry, information bomb. There's a lot of medications that cause you to produce milk. So, like, lactation can be a pretty common side effect in women, depending on what drugs you're taking. Like, I've taken quite a few drugs that's always warned me, like, oh, just so you know, and it's like, oh my god, okay. But, yeah, like, there's plenty of drugs that you can take that probably you shouldn't take if you don't need to take them, but... I'm milking it. Shifty, do you know the context? We're talking about creating a line of human milk. With consensual women eating different foods to flavour the milk. Like bacon. Although, human milk is quite salty, isn't it? Isn't human milk kind of salty sweet? So you'd want to do flavours that go well with like a slightly salty sweet base, I think. So like, for instance, birthday cake might not be the best, but bacon milk probably would be good. Caramel would probably be really good. Salty sweet, yeah. And you could eat popcorn and then make popcorn salty sweet flavoured milk, maybe. Like, it just has to go with things that kind of work with the salty sweet combo for human milk, I think. Yeah. So caramel would probably do well, popcorn would do well. Salt, I guess you could eat something sour and then it'd be like sweet and sour, I guess. So yeah, maybe if you ate like sour chicken, you could create sweet and sour chicken milk. Maybe? I don't know how much the natural composition of the milk would affect it as far as the sweetness and the saltiness goes. But yeah, we'd have to do some experiments, to be honest, to make sure that we get like the levels right, because you might still have to add some sweetness if the sweetness isn't enough. Yeah. We have the Mickle and Bilk. What else are we selling? Like, you could, if you did like popcorn flavored milk, you could sell that in cinemas all across the UK as like both a drink and a snack in one. You know, that could be the tagline. Like, maybe you don't want to go into a cinema and eat food, or maybe you could have our popcorn flavored milk, made vegan with humans. And so it's like the experience of eating. Well, no, because somebody else is eating the popcorn for you. So it's like you don't have to deal with the guilt, I guess, of eating popcorn in a cinema. But then you can have it digested by somebody else and turn into milk. I don't know how to. I shouldn't be on the advertising side of things. I don't know how to sell this. I can imagine you on Dragon's Den being dragged away to an asylum. There is an untapped market with human milk, and I stand by this. Oh, so good morning. I feel like you might come in halfway through this. Sunkoi would also, congratulations, by the way, for those who aren't aware, Sunkoi placed in a big it's Warhammer competition with a really big build recently. If you haven't seen it, they put pictures on their Instagram stories. I don't know if they posted proper pictures yet, but I've seen your story pictures and they looked amazing. But yeah, they came in, they placed, they did really well. It was a really cool competition. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Oh dear, popcorn, milk glazed popcorn, or milk glaze. My god, we're combining products. Yeah, sorry, the context, Sunkoi, is basically, so women have this amazing superpower, right, of being able to produce milk, but because we don't get fed a consistent diet like cows and stuff, like we eat lots of different things, the milk will actually taste different every single day depending on what you've eaten the day before. So it's not like you have a consistent taste. So if you ate lots of really spicy curry, your milk would actually be spicy and it would taste like curry. Weird thing with humans, right? Whatever we eat really can affect the taste of the milk, and especially to like babies and stuff like that. That's why sometimes if you eat certain food, your baby will won't want to drink anymore because they won't like that food or that taste in the milk. So what I'm saying is there is an untapped market here where like we already flavored milk with like strawberries and like chocolate and stuff like that, but we could flavor it with so much more if we just adapted to human milk. It would also be vegan, by the way, because humans can give consent. So like, this is my Dragon's Den pitch of there is an untapped market of human milk. And that's where the popcorn flavored milk has come from. It's the idea, so human milk is like naturally like a little bit salty and sweet. So like if a human ate a lot of popcorn, would their milk taste like salty, sweet popcorn, right? But with like, obviously in milk, so like in a drink format. There you go. There's the sales pitch. And allergies can go via milk too. Someone had to give up cow milk because their baby's allergic to it. Yeah, it's actually relatively like it's what's it called? Dairy is like, it's not the most common allergy, but it's still relatively common, and it's a really scary one. Yeah, because obviously dairy's in everything. It's very hard. I know one person who's allergic to dairy, and apparently it was very scary when they were younger, because obviously they were just getting really sick. They couldn't quite put a finger on why. Why was my child so sick? But yeah, that's the conversation that you arrived to. Sorry. Some added context. Oh dear. We've been talking about all sorts of fluids today. Oh dear. It's been one of those days. It's because this all started because I'm annoyed at people on Twitter deciding what women are. Because according to the trans investigators on Twitter, I'm not a woman. And it's like, alright, cool. 10 out of 10, fine then. If that's how you want it, fine. Me and my massive tits will walk into male-occupied space and be like, oh, don't worry guys, Twitter said that I wasn't a woman. Oh dear. Heck yeah, 10 out of 10. I'd do it. Fight me. Wait, really? Yeah. So there's like a lot of stuff going, it's like, it's always a thing, to be fair, it's always a thing, but like right now, it's a really big thing. Where like they're like policing what women are and aren't to try and like, you know, highlight how trans people are so different. But like the things they're highlighting are stuff like, you know, real women don't shave their face, and it's like there is a whole industry with the whole pink tax and everything on the fact that yes, women do shave their faces. I, for one, have to shave relatively often if I don't want to have a mustache grow in, because I have very dark hair. So like, even if it's really thin, 'cause it's not the same, I would say it's not the same like coarseness, I guess, as a beard yet this time, but it grows in dark, so you can see it because it's dark hair. And the same as like, I think it's pretty well known that a lot of women like wax and shave and do all that kind of, like, that's normal. Like, it's pretty common. Like, a lot of women do that. There's, again, a whole pink tax just for that. And then it goes on to, like, saying, like, all women have periods, all women can give birth, all women can produce milk and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. Well, I mean, by these logic, I am not a woman. I don't have periods. I'm very open about this shit, but I haven't had one. I don't have them because I am in pain all the time. So, like, my body's just like, nah, no pregnancy for you. Not allowed. You're in pain all the time. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to get pregnant right now anyway because I'm in pain all the time. Like, it's a very bad timed thing, but, like, yeah, like, not all women have that. Normal. Like, it's weird to accuse people of stuff and also, like, try and make people, because this is the thing, they're doing it to try and, like, highlight how trans people are so different, but what they're actually doing is making cis women as well feel like shit. Like, not me personally, I think the whole thing is stupid. I think the majority of people think it's stupid, but, like, it just shows how uneducated they actually are about women. Like, oh yeah, guys, every single woman you meet is having a consistent period every month. That's definitely what's happening, yeah. I don't know. It's not true. It's not true at all. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of your women, the women that you know, might not actually have periods very often, because a lot of contraception can stop your periods. So, like, even outside of, like, medical stuff like me, a lot of women won't be having periods. Like, why would you choose to have a period unless you're, like, maybe actively trying to have kids? Why would you choose to have one? Because, like, there really isn't any benefit to it. I hate Twitter because of that. Yeah, it sucks. I forgot that that's how this conversation... Yeah, we've moved on now to what women have that men don't, and it's, like, the ability to produce flavored milk. That is something that I can do. But, well, you know, maybe, actually, because I guess technically not all women do produce milk. But I think given enough drugs, I probably could. One of those investigators is going to look too long in the mirror and everything's going to fall apart. Yeah, it's so weird to me as well, though. Because, like, literally, you only have to pop down Tesco's and you'll be like, yeah, women shave their face. Here are all the products to do it. Like, you know, waxing your upper lips, pretty common. I personally can't stand waxing or threading. I'm wimp to pain. So shaving is the way for me because I can't handle the pain. But, like, you know, again, there are whole services and beauty boutiques to do these kind of things. What do you mean? Like, laser hair removal, like, that was something that a lot of women do. It's really common. Like, that's not something for just trans people. That's... anyone can get laser hair removal. It's... what? It is a trash pile over there. It is. In Berlin, you can go swimming pool topless. Really? I don't know that I'd want to, though. Like, this is a personal thing. It's nice to have the option, I guess, but I don't think that I'd want to because I would feel a lot less aerodynamic and I like to go fast. I've seen people actively accuse people of being trans because they can tell. Yeah, I'm like, we've had people though, Shifty, remember like when back in the day when I was showing my face more, like one of the most common things I'd have is people assuming that I'm trans because I have a strong jawline and I don't wear a lot of makeup. And it's like, oh, all the stereotypes. Yeah, weirdly enough, you probably can't tell just by looking at someone. That's not how it goes. But like one of the most common things we had on this channel was people assuming that I was trans. It's one of the main reasons that I, back in the day, never put LGBT on my stuff because I am openly gay. Bi. I'm openly bi, but like I don't want people to. I don't want to add fuel to a fire of people using me to stereotype people. So I thank you. But I want to add fuel to a fire of people using me to like stereotype people. So I was like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Your body is like bad timing. We ain't doing it. Stop pregnancy. I don't really like the idea of normal people though. Anytime someone tries to define what normal is, it tends to get awkward really quickly. Like, yeah, what is normal? Because weirdly enough, it's like the stuff with like statistically, the average human has less than 2 legs. Because what is normal? If we're actually looking like a statistically normal, like the average person has less than 2 eyes. The average person has less than 2 arms because that's how normal actually is. If you're looking at actual normal, like actually looking at it, yeah. Oh yeah, so Robert, because people don't tend to grow 3 legs and it's a lot more common to have a leg amputated, statistically, very much statistically, a normal person would have less than 2 legs. Like they would probably have like a 1.9 as far as legs go, so they'd have some of the second leg removed. Because statistically, there's a lot more amputees than there are people who have 3 legs. Yeah. Same with eyes. Like, statistically, you're more likely to have that, like, people have lost an eye, and so, or just don't have an eye or whatever. So statistically, the average human has less than 2 eyes. It's, like, if we're actually going for what normal is, that's what normal is. I remember that, yeah. People try and force diversity, using consider themselves to be the definition of normal. I met some guys with a Oh, really? Oh, really? I'm too tired for this shit. You're gonna get me giggly because I'm too tired for this. Wait, quick Google, the average number, there you go, 1.97, there you are. That's the average number of legs that a human will have. So, like, you know, if people are being pissy around and being like, that's not normal, well, ask them how many legs they have. And when they say 2, well, funnily enough, that's not normal either. You weirdo with your 2 legs. Disgusting. Ew. Gross. Normal people actually have 1.97% of, you know, their legs. So, yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry, you don't have, you have too many legs. That's not normal. Why, how did you grow all those legs? Weirdo. Yeah. What normal actually is probably what people think normal is. Because normal is a lot of, like, less than the amount that you think you have of things because of amputations and stuff. Or just, you know, some people are just born with less. But then also, what's the finger count at the moment? Because a lot of people have an extra finger, but then also they're, like, really commonly amputated. What is the average amount of fingers people have? I'm just curious. 2 secs. Because I feel like that's one of the ones that could go up and down. Average amount of... Oh, I'm getting some weird... Okay, Among Us. Amount of fingers. No, I want the actual average. Yeah, Reddit's got a whole conversation about this because, like, how many fingers on average do you have? Because it could go up or down. That's a hard one. I don't know people have done it. I'll look at what Reddit says. Reddit says I'm guessing 9.5. There are many people with fingers 0 to 9. There are some people with 11 or 12, so they might balance it out a little bit, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, this might be one of the few ones which actually balance out a little bit more because, like, having an extra thumb is actually a dominant gene. Yeah, it's actually relatively common that people have an extra finger or toe. Like, as much as you might not see it a lot, it's actually relatively common. It's like having an extra nipple. It's more common than you think because the extra nipple can be very subtle. It can just look like a mole. How many nipples on average? Because they probably don't get amputated. Oh no, I guess breast cancer though is very... I'm curious, sorry. Excuse me 2 seconds, I have more to look at. Average amount of nipples. Can you milk the extra nipple? I think it's more common in men, but I could be wrong. I think it's more common for men to have an extra nipple. So probably no. Oh, okay, apparently, yeah, like, between 1 in 18 and 1 in 40 people have an extra nipple, so it is actually quite common. But then 1 in 7 women gets breast cancer, but then not all people with breast cancer lose their nipple. Oh my god, it's so difficult. This is going to be another one that might actually even out too, because it is so common to have a third one, but then also because breast cancer is so common. Yeah, difficult. I am asking important questions today. What is the average count of nipples? I just don't know. Oh dear. Yeah, but it really illustrates the importance of stats and difference between low and medium. Yeah, exactly. And, like, what people's normal, they think that it is probably not actually what normal is. What is your search history? No judgment or anything. I will search whatever I like, which means also, here's the thing. Half of my search history is me typing out words in Google that I don't know how to spell, so that I can then copy it from Google to things. So my search history is actually very, very boring because so much of my search history is just me Googling one word at a time and being like, how do I spell this? All right, thank you. And then moving along. I also heard you could have milk leakage in your armpits. Yeah, because the third nipple doesn't really have, like, a set space to go, does it? So it can be anywhere. It wouldn't surprise me. Jenny, it's true. My search history is not as sus as my keyboard. What is my search history? How do you find it out? I can see my recently closed. How do you see your search history? Sorry. Journeys? Oh, okay. Average amount of fingers. Oh, average amount of fingers. Atomic pregnancy. I googled a Twitch streamer's name earlier so I could shout them out. Wool warehouse. Lovecraft spelt wrong, but I was looking to make sure that's where I bought my wool from. I've apparently searched Twitter 3 times in a row, which is weird because I also have that saved as a bookmark, but okay. The Attack on Titan OST, I did search that up. Oh yeah, it's a lot of boring stuff at this point. I was looking at a lot of like how people were pricing their VTubers and stuff. Pets at Home, I did look at Pets at Home, you're right. So none of it's very exciting, sorry. I have a very boring search history. Atomic pregnancy, is that bootleg Atomic Kin? No, Atomic, it's when it's not in the right place. So like the baby is born out, oh, they're not born. The baby is fertilized and growing outside of the uterus. Yeah. So apparently most commonly in the tubes, but if you've had a hysterectomy, that's what the pregnancy you can get. So it's like it can grow elsewhere. It's very dangerous, basically. Oh dear. Yeah, Atomic, yeah, that's the one. That could actually happen. Yeah, sorry, we talked about this early in the stream, but yes, you can still actually technically get pregnant out after a hysterectomy. It's just very, very uncommon, but you can. How do doctors even solve? They just have to do the operation and remove it because the baby. So the way that they put it, I think, is that it's not viable pregnancy. So like the baby will never survive. So as soon as you realize that that's happening, they'll do a surgery to remove it because it's very, very dangerous for the mother. So it's like it's one of those. Yeah, they can't be saved. It's like one of those situations. Obviously, it's a very sad situation, but it's like you remove them because it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Weirdly as well, what we discovered earlier is one of the main symptoms of an atomic pregnancy is the pain in the tips of your shoulders. It was like one of the top 5 most common symptoms was pain in the tips of your shoulders. I don't know why. Oh God, what's happened here? Not sure why, couldn't tell you, but yeah. Pain in the tips of the shoulders. So if any of you experience shoulder pain, you know, time to go to the doctor. Not tits of your shoulders, tips of your shoulders. Although, who knows, maybe you could have a nipple on your shoulder. I think probably the third nipple thing, a lot of people might have a third nipple and not actually realize that they have it because it will often just look like a mole. And so it's just like a specifically positioned mole that like a doctor can look at and be like, yeah, that's a third nipple. So a lot of people in chat right now might, you know, statistically, how many people are here right now? Let me have a look. I don't normally check, but 30 people, yeah. All right, so statistically, it is likely that one person in chat does have a third nipple. It could be you. Who knows? Everyone check real quick. Who is it? Which one of you's got it? I know it's not me. I'm sorry. I've had scans. It ain't me, I'm afraid. Sorry. I would have heard about it by now. It could be you. It could be any of us. One of you in the chat is going to win the lottery and have an extra nipple and be upping that average. So that the average person can have more than 2 nipples. But who is it? Oh, who's the lucky bean? God, we've touched on some weird topics today, I'm sorry. My brain is a little tired, so I feel like my filter might have just disappeared. It happened when we got pregnant before operation and the egg already travelled down enough so they let the pregnancy be and grow. Oh, really? Oh, so it can happen. I think normally they get rid of it, but yeah, I guess it can happen. Cool. How many people counted their nipples? Yeah, how many of us are just counting our nipples right now? I don't need to. I've had a doctor look at them, so I'm fine. I've had scans because I've had like lumps and stuff, so like they would have found it if I had another one. So I'm pretty confident that I don't have one, but somebody else might. Somebody else could have it. Listen, if you have it, good on you. Not all of us can, you know, ascend to the level of having an extra nipple, but you know, some of us can. One of us technically probably could. Biology with jelly. Biology with jelly is me learning things that terrify me half the time. You know, it's going how Joe with jelly thinks is weird. This was a weird topic. I like the conversations. I have fun with them too. Oh dear. I would shut down a conversation if it wasn't fun. I think as well they're relatively harmless conversations as far as like nothing really changes after them. Everything's the same. Although maybe you go away with a bit of extra information. I normally do because I end up having to Google lots of stuff. Like I didn't realize you could have pregnancies out like after I'd heard about it. I didn't know what it was called though. I'd heard of people who had got pregnant outside of hysterectomy. What I didn't know is that same stuff can happen without a hysterectomy, which is very, very scary. I thought it was like a hysterectomy thing, but no. No, it is not. It's educated. It's educated. A little bit bilk, bacon milk. Heck yeah. It might be. Oh, you have a mole? That's true. Yeah. Sorry. Definitely not me. But yeah, if you have like a big mole under, or like even just I guess a small mole, because you might just be a teeny tiny nipple. It could be that. I mean, if you're ever curious, probably sometime down the line when you're at the doctor's, you can be like, oh, by the way, can you tell me if this is a nipple? That's all the doctor would tell you. That way, if you ever decide, listen, here's the thing though, and not everyone's going to want this, and that's very fair, but if you ever did decide to go down the more spicy content route, you would have an extra tag that you can add that only between 1 in 18 and 1 in 14 people could ever add to their spicy content, which would mean that you would have like a little bit of extra spice. It sets you apart from everybody else. Ah, dear. Wait a second, I just had an epiphany. You know how on Twitch you're not allowed to show nipples? Like, when are you allowed to show any nipples on stream? Is male presenting nipple okay? I don't know. But what if you had like a nipple, as a woman, you had like a third nipple a little bit lower on your stomach and you wore a crop top? But like no one's gonna know, it's just a mole. Could you sneaky around the Twitch TOS with your like belly nipple? Like people, like surely Twitch wouldn't know. It would just look like a mole after all. You think all nips are banned? Yeah, that would kind of make sense to be fair. Excuse me. Oh. Excuse me. Big hicks. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the hick. I wonder if you could skirt around the TOS with that. Oh my god, triple hick. Excuse me. Yeah, Twitch rules are weird. They are weird. That was that woman who photoshopped male nipples onto her own. That's genius. 10 out of 10. Wait, why have I not? Why is my brain not that big? That is so smart. That is so smart. Oh my god. Oh, I will think of that for the future. Next time. That I want to show my nipples on stream. Next time. I wouldn't test it just in case. I know, big brain. Whoa. 100% of neurons activated. Wait, I can do that? I can Photoshop other people's nipples onto my nipples. I think my mod team would have a heart attack, so don't worry, I won't do it. If any mods are watching, don't worry. I'm not actually gonna do it. It was just a thought. I am trying to come up with some ideas for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, though, to be fair. Last year we did embroidered boobs, the year before we did bras. What can we do this year? I've still got a few months to think about it, to be fair. What can we do this year? For legal reasons, this is a joke. I feel like we're having to say that on too many streams these days. Finally, yeah, it's been years. There's the titty stream. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do for it this year. I would have a good think about it. We have another charity stream coming up first, to be fair. So we are... I think I'm allowed to mention this. I don't think there's like, because other people have been posting about it. I will do a proper post about it at some point, but you know, I got recognized as a VTuber. Guys, someone reached out and recognized me as a VTuber, and I was like, oh my god, it's happening. People think that I'm a VTuber. Whoa, crazy. I mean, I do use a VTuber pretty much every stream, so that's fair. It's an understandable assumption. But I got invited to the VTuber SummerSlam for charity. I was like, oh, yeah! It's very similar to Starlight. It's raising money for toys for kids in hospitals, just slightly different hospitals. So it is very, very similar to the work that the Starlight Foundation does in just supplying other hospitals with games. Specifically, it's like games consoles and stuff like that. It's like a lot of big gaming things for like multiplayer and stuff. Yeah. Oh, dear. Humans will have big brains. Giving birth is really difficult and dangerous. I'll call you VTuber too. Thank you! These are the rig boob. I could, but you have to be really careful because I think even with rigging, you have to be a little careful with how much the boobs go. I could rig my own boobs to like knock myself out. That's not difficult. It would look terrifying, but I could do it. I don't respect the no nips at all rule because we've realized like, how do you know? The true, yeah, like how do you know if they are female nips? Like, either all nips or no nips, and I kind of agree. Your YouTube videos have made its way into my YouTube. Oh, really? Oh, I'm so sorry. The shorts are very, very cursed. I'm just practicing editing, but like, it feels like if you're gonna practice, you should at least upload it, right? And so I've been practicing my editing, but they are very cursed. I'm so sorry. That being said, big thanks to anyone who do make clips of my channel. I predominantly make my own clips, but every now and again I'll see somebody else make one and it's like, you know, I'll take that one as well. So like, I think from this weekend I took a clip from Shifty and a clip from Earden, and they'll both be coming out as clips on the clip channel in the next week or so, I think. So yeah, I do appreciate it. I steal the clips you make and I edit them. Oh dear. Thank you, that's very kind of you. I don't really advertise the shorts channel because it is, you had to put it, it's like a passion project, but I do really appreciate it. Video boofing is a good, to be fair, it's not a bad idea. I do a lot of VTuber stuff now. Yeah, wait, because I'll forget about this, I'm just gonna write it down over here, 2 seconds. Okay. I'm just gonna Google VTuber Booptober, which is probably not a safe search, but that's okay. Well, actually, it's surprisingly wholesome. Heck yeah. Very nice. We love a good wholesome accidental search. God damn it! That's the one where I tell the gay people to get in the closet, right? Well, I don't remember the context for it anymore, though. It's been too long. I know that I tell all the gay people to get in the closet, but I don't remember why. Oh, I was about to trim this. This is definitely not finished. I literally just put this in. Why did I tell the gay? I can't remember. Oh dear. There would have been a reason, but I have forgotten it. Oh dear. Yeah, I have got some ideas for this next one coming up. I'm very excited. Honestly, I love doing. I obviously very passionate about breast cancer and boobs in general, but like it is really nice to do all the children's hospital ones because I was a hospital kid and like I would have appreciated all of this. So it's really nice to see how many people are, like how many charities there are that do this kind of thing, and having a charity reach out and say, hey, we've seen you've done similar stuff in the past and you are a VTuber, would you be interested in joining? It's like, oh hell yeah, absolutely, I'd be interested in joining. You kidding me? Of course I would. Heck yeah. It's very nice of them. I probably wouldn't have realised it was happening. I was planning to do a charity stream in June anyway, to be fair, but I didn't realise, you know, this was perfect. It's perfect. And it means I get to join a team of people again. And charity fundraising is so much fun in a team because you can all hype each other up constantly. I was trying to explain the trolley problem to my dad, and his response was, if there's 5 people on the track, they're fair game. Yeah, to be fair though, he's not wrong. Like, listen, if people are lying on the tracks, I'm sorry, that's a bit stupid. Stop lying on the tracks. Can you blame your dad? Your dad is thinking outside the box with logic here. Let's talk about your bi version. If you were already gay, you weren't anymore, so you told him to get back. I think that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. True. But potentially, honestly, this is always the fear with these sort of clips. I just forget. I just have no idea what the context was anymore. I know what I said. I just don't know why. I am my own worst enemy. We're also talking about gay squared. Gay squared, yes. I don't know what gay squared is anymore. Oh no, I've forgotten my gay maps. Heck. How do you remember this and I don't remember this? Oh no. Honestly, I feel like it's fairly common. It happens a lot. My memory is not what it used to be. And it didn't used to be very good either. Oh dear. The only thing I can think of at the moment is terrifying pregnancies and creating your own line of flavored breast milk. That's the only thing I can think of. With like some gay sprinkled in there. Maybe a little bit of smocking, because I have been doing that in the background this whole time. I've been pitching the newest Dragon's Den idea. Meanwhile, I'm just making a costume. Well, if you pet the gay, you become gay, and then you're already gay, you become gay squared? Oh, yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Yes, if you pet the gay, you do become gay squared. I don't really know what that entails for you and your love life, but like, so, you know, pet with caution. Aren't sprinkles gay by default? Yeah, they kind of are. They should be, at least. It's very sad. I have seen just plain white sprinkles before. Also the plain chocolate sprinkles. Yeah, I've seen like plain white and plain chocolate ones, but they're just nowhere near as good as like the multicolored ones. Like that's so much cooler. Polyamory? Yeah, but you could do that without being gay squared, right? I guess. I don't know what gay squared would like. Maybe that would have to be it. I don't know. Oh no, not. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. Well, you'll have to let us know because I'm not sure. I can't really pet myself. I could try. Oh, it looks like I have a tiny hand coming out of my hand if I do that. Like, yeah. Ah. It's also right in front of my camera, so my model hates it. Was the Skittles straight pride? No, I do like those though. Wait, are they straight pride? I thought they were just like. I thought it was a gay pride thing, where it was like the only rainbow in pride is the important one, and so they do that so that Skittles don't have the rainbow. But then you can't tell that. Like, I want to know what flavor my Skittles are personally. Don't get me wrong. If you give me the white ones, I'll eat them. But like, I prefer to know. I don't like the surprise. I want to know what flavor my Skittles are before I consume them. Because, listen, not all Skittles flavors were born equally. Some are just better than the other. And thank you for the egg smash, George. George, we've been talking about a lot of things. Atomic pregnancy. We've been talking about humans have the potential to create flavored milk in any flavor you could think. Because whatever you eat as a human affects the flavor of your breast milk. And we've also talking about how gay can you possibly be. Gay squared. What is a gay squared? Who knows? That's what you missed so far. I'm also very sleepy. I'm very sleepy and my filter's disappeared again. I'm so sorry. That being said, it has been overall a very wholesome conversation, I would say. Despite the more unusual topics of conversation, it's been wholesome. It's been relatively educational and wholesome. I have so many questions for the Skittles marketing team. Yeah, it feels like that should be the month where you go full on rainbow. Maybe, if maybe they should be, distributing Skittles to the people doing the parade and stuff. I don't know. Give me sweets. Oh dear. I like to eat all the sweets. Same. So what I like to do, I tip them out of the table, and then I'll eat them all except for one of every color, and then I'll eat those in the order that I like them the most. So I'll tip them on the table, eat all of them except for the last 5, and then eat those in order. And I do that every single time. So when you give me white Skittles, I'm just kind of like, I don't, what do I do? I want to eat them all in order, and I can't do that. Oh dear, is it Bilk or Mickle? Oh dear, distribute Skittle to the masses, seize the means of the rainbow. Exactly. See, Shifty, you need to get on the Skittles marketing team. The only flavor milk I drink is chocolate, and that's not very often. That's fair. So, basically, the logic behind it, George, is this is actually logic. This is a real thing. This isn't jelly logic. This is life logic. So, cows have a very consistent taste in their milk depending on what they eat. So if you feed them well, the milk can be a bit richer. But generally, cow milk tastes very similar because they eat a diet of hay and grass and such. So they don't really have a lot of variance in their diet. So the milk always tastes pretty similar. But that's not the same with humans. So human milk will taste different every single day for the most part, depending on what you eat. Because what you eat can directly affect the flavor of the milk. So if you eat a really spicy vindaloo curry, you will have curry milk. That's what will happen. Obviously, some things will affect the flavor more than others depending on how strong of a taste what you're eating is, and also how much you eat of it. But it can affect the flavor of the breast milk that you produce. So if you eat a lot of curry, you'd probably have curry flavored breast milk. And here is the gap in the market for all of the different flavored milks you want really easily. And it's vegan because people can give consent to being milked. So, there's a whole business venture here. And that's my Dragon's Den pitch. I separate colors and eat them so the same amount of each color. Yeah. Same. But I always leave one of each color for the 5. I always do that. Yes. Me and you, Spudsy, we get it. We get the meta with Skittles. This is how they were made to be eaten. We get it. Oh dear. I'm eating mango now, so if you could lactate, maybe you'd have a slightly sweeter flavored milk because you're eating fruit. Maybe. If you could lactate. Don't they say it's the same for sperm? I think yes. Yeah, I think so. But I think you have to eat even stronger flavored things for that, because then they say pineapple. But I think it has to be really strong, whereas for milk it's maybe not quite as strong. Maybe it just doesn't have to travel so far through the body. Who knows? I'm not a scientist. I just know that what you eat affects the flavor of your milk. Oh. Did I hit the wrong bit there? No, I didn't. Okay. I was nervous for a second then. I was like, oh god, I've hit the wrong piece. But I have not. It is fine. Humans are crazy. Very cool though. It's very cool. It was also kind of crazy. I don't know why we're spending all this money on cows, guys, when there's a perfectly good 7 billion humans, who at least maybe 1 billion of them can potentially be milked. Maybe, if they consent to it. And like, then we could, like, that would be like just a job. You could just go into work and get milked. I don't know. That sounds pretty good. And like, we're having all these food crises and stuff like that. And like, cows are pretty bad for the environment. I'm not gonna say that humans are good for the environment, but like, cows are not very good for the environment. So maybe instead of a field of cows, you could just get a community of women who can lactate. I don't know. It might be kind of nice. Listen, I'm just saying, there's an opportunity here. I'm not saying that we should do it, but we could. Long term, not just like I ate pineapple and now it tastes like pineapple. Yeah, you probably assign different food groups to different women and then like rotate them so that they still got like a balanced diet. But like you wouldn't want like I do think you have to eat quite a bit of whatever food it is to have an effect. So yeah, you wouldn't want to like only feed one woman mango for like months because that's not healthy. But like, do like some rotations with things that maybe have a similar. Oh god. All these humans are coming from. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of humans. Heck. When did we reach 8 billion? Oh my god. That's a lot of humans, huh? Heck. But yeah, we'd have to circulate people's diets, feed them things from different food groups that like produce a similar taste, and then circulate that to the next one so that people still got a good varied diet. Yeah. I can't believe there's 8 billion people. Well, I mean, I can believe there's 8 billion people. But it also just feels too soon. Like, when did that happen? Like, at the end of 2022? Or, oh my, wait, that's, Jesus. Humanity, what the heck? That's a lot. Yeah, we ticked over 8 billion in January. God, well, I'm glad, listen, this is an educational stream, maybe for me first and foremost, because I had no idea we were at that high a number already. Jesus. Heck. So many people. Not everyone for the 8 billion. Exactly. Well, that's why I said maybe 1 billion people. Because obviously you have to be normally within a certain age range. You have to be a woman. So already that's split in half. So like only like, 4 billion. And then also the age range has to be right. So maybe like 1 billion could potentially produce milk in mass. But also it has to be someone who's consensual, which I do think would drop the number quite substantially. But even then, there's probably several million people who, if you paid them well enough, would produce flavored milk for you. Like, listen, honestly, would I do that as a job? I think I'd test it as a job depending on how much I got paid for it. But then if it was very painful or if it was like very unpleasant, I would probably not. But if it wasn't too unpleasant, yeah, you could milk me. Like, absolutely. But you'd have to pay me pretty well, I think. Like, I'd want to be paid, like, more than minimum wage, I think. Oh, dear. Oh, Messenger, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We've been talking about the untapped market that is human milk production. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Hello, hi. Well, yeah, you can milk me, yeah. Thank you for a very out of context quote. Like, you'd have to, like, I do think the bit that's missing from that quote is you would have to pay me pretty well. Because, but like at the same time, it's like you're just being paid for something that you could just do. And like, I'll be honest, like I could knit or crochet and stuff like that. Like I could do other things. Like if I'm using the VTuber model, I could literally do it. I could be doing it right now. You wouldn't know. You'd have no idea if I was pumping right now. I'm using a VTuber model. Like it wouldn't have, like it would be like I guess a side job, but I would want to be paid well, Because if I'm eating a special diet so that it tastes a certain way, I'd want to be paid well. But like literally, I could be doing it right now and you'd have no idea. Hey, but like again, obviously, for the most part, people tend to lactate after pregnancy. But yeah, I think there are some. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do more biology googling. There are definitely medications that can make you lactate, but I feel like probably most of them have pretty nasty side effects. Let's have a look-see. Oh! Huh. I don't really know what to say. I would say that there are medications that you can take. these medications. Oh my god, wait, I'm like very familiar with a few of these. Oh dear, wait. Okay. Oh, Cade, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, you've joined into kind of an unusual conversation where we've been talking about we're doing a lot of smocking in the background. We are doing arts and crafts, I promise, but we've just been talking about the untapped market that is human milk production. I feel like there's a thing going on, like, wow, there's gotta be. Welcome to Steam, especially as always. True, yeah, I don't always talk about it, but like, literally, we were just talking about, because first of all, it's vegan. It's vegan. Excuse me, it's vegan. There's a lot of positives. Shoot. Heck. I had no idea. They didn't warn me. I mean, I guess I'm not on them anymore. I guess I didn't have that as a side effect, but... Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you always treat it as a jellyfish now? No. I showed face last Friday, actually. I'm just more often than not using it. Just... It's a little bit complicated. I don't want to go into it in super detail, but I'll be honest. So I'm doing some medical trials at the moment, and they do make me look quite physically unwell a lot of the time. Initially, I'd had like a very intense reaction back like a month or so ago, which is why I started using the VTuber model, because I had like psoriasis on my face, which was like, you know, not ideal. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, now that I'm seeing, like, I just kind of want to keep my face covered a lot of the time. I have good days, and on those good days, I probably will keep using face. But for the majority of the time, I guess you can expect to see me as a jellyfish for the meantime. But maybe in the future that will change. But for now, I think I'm going to keep using it most streams, with maybe the odd stream in between where I don't. That'll probably be how it is. And thank you for the hick. Like, oh, get. Honestly, you're fine. Don't worry. You're not missing out on very much. I'm just here learning, doing a big heckin' biology class. Cool. Yeah, it is what it is. And also, VTubers offer like a lot as far as, you know. Somebody described it well, but it was like leveling the playing field. Where it's like, you don't have to worry about what you look like that day. If I look sick or tired, like, people don't know. Like, today I look exhausted because I've only slept a couple hours. So it's nice to not have to worry about that. Oh! Go on. Can you say that? Can you say that? Oh, what does he not like? He doesn't like it? Why not? Oh, what's in there that he wouldn't like? It can be a bit funky on punctuation. Would it be maybe it's the getting milked part. There is like a, what do you call it? A filter for like profanity on there. Maybe it's the getting milked. I'll read it in Jello voice though. Hello, I'm a little Jello, and today I want to talk to you about the untapped market of getting milked. Actually, I am sure that on the black market this already exists. Google at your own discretion on incognito mode. There you go. Thank you, thank you. I always look sick. Sick. I try to imagine you teaching ethics. It would be a very chaotic class of tangents. I don't think it would be very constructive. Oh dear. You haven't milked in weeks? You gotta be careful. If you don't milk often enough, your boobas get sore. I know that. I know that if you... like for people who are breastfeeding, that their boobas get very sore when they haven't like pumped for a while. I know that. That's a biology that I do know. If you haven't been pumping, it hurts. And so like when you start weaning them off, like your baby off, it can be very tender for a while because you're not pumping as often as you did, and that could hurt. That's like my one, like, I guess not being sure about it kind of comes from is like I don't really want to be in pain. And so, like, if it hurts, then I maybe wouldn't be so for it. But I guess if you're pumping regularly, then maybe it wouldn't
Make sure
hurt.
you get your milk ethically sourced from your consenting human.
Yeah, that's important. Consenting human is very important because if the human doesn't consent, then it's not legal, and it's also not vegan. Most importantly, it's not vegan. And, like, we are creating a vegan produce here at Milking It. Let's see, the Jello said that one. They're okay with that. They like consent. The Jello does like consent. That is true. They're very pro-consent. Oh dear. I will say, oh dear. Good jelly. Yeah, very good jelly. Very pro-consent. Free-range titty milk. It tastes of all sorts of different things. I will say, I'm sorry it's a bit of a shorter stream. I am gonna end there for the day because I am exhausted and I feel like the brain, you know when you're like struggling to start keeping track of a sentence at a time? I am losing track of my sentences. I'm getting confused. It is such an untapped game of... You're right. That actually is a very untapped market. Gamer Girl Milk. Someone's gonna do it eventually. Eventually someone will do Gamer Girl Milk. And honestly, can I blame them? Nah, that's like heckin' smart. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna go take a bit of a nap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raid into B because I know that I can chill with the B in the background and not worry about like falling asleep. So I'm going to raid into B because B won't mind if I accidentally fall asleep. Also, I will shout out B in case anyone gets left behind. I actually got left behind in a raid for the first time yesterday. I was just watching it like, have they even said go raid? And then I realized that I got left behind. Oh dear. Gamer Girl Milk, yeah. I mean, the bar is low as bathwater. Yeah, like bathwater's so easy. Like, get you a gamer girl who goes hard and does breast milk as well. Like, that's the real end product. Oh dear. Thank you so much, everyone, by the way, for joining me with the stream today. I'm sorry it was a bit random and a bit all over the place. Yeah, it's tired brain. Tired brain talks about whatever the heck tired brain wants to. Although, to be fair, I learned a lot today, so I'm actually not too mad about it. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some VTuber rigging, and on Thursday we might try and set up for a music stream, where I'll talk about it more on the Discord later, but we're going to hopefully be playing some classical guitar, but I need to get my audio set up for that. So it could be Thursday, it could be Friday, depending on how long it takes to set everything up. Oh, Panthera, welcome on in. We're actually just about to raid out. I'm sorry, I'm very, very sleepy, so I'm going to be raiding into B and taking a nap. But we'll be back tomorrow, and tomorrow, hopefully, if I get some good sleep today, we should be able to go a little bit longer. Jelly classical guitar sounds great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be writing music, though, rather than playing music. So we'll be, basically, it means we can have some chat input when it comes to writing the songs, but also we don't have to worry about DMCA. All right, take care, everyone. I'm going to send you over to B. See you soon. Bum, 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 bum. Did we make it?